And a pleasant Sunday afternoon to you. We welcome you to the Center Ice Arena in Harrington for round 3 between the Delaware Thunder and the Battle Creek Rumblebees. I'm Gary Schofield alongside Mikey Basile as we get set for Federal Prospects Hockey League action. And Mikey, the first 2 rounds went fairly easily to the Delaware Thunder. What kind of fight do you expect the Rumblebees to have left today?
I expect a big fight left in this team. I think this is a team that wants to come out. They want to prove something, not only to themselves but the whole league, that they can win games at this level. Obviously, they haven't done that much at all this season, and that's something that, to them, is obviously important. They have a core group of guys who've been here for quite some time, and Alvis is one of those guys. He's a top guy in this league when I look at it. His points, they're not going to be up there for a team that's only scored 76 goals all season. It's as simple as that. I think Delaware's going to have their hands full tonight.
So if you look at Battle Creek, I mean, yesterday the game couldn't have started any better for them, I would imagine. You know, they had the major power play in the first period, but the power play's really been a struggle for them all season long. They seem to really struggle in the 5-on-5 so far this weekend. So what positives are they taking away from those 2 losses where they can look at, okay, let's lean on that today?
Joel Eisenhower is what I look at. Obviously, 5-0 doesn't look pretty, but I think Joel Eisenhower played good. Friday night, I think it's just one of those forget games. You have a couple of those this season. Delaware's had some. Elmira's had some. Danbury's had some. Top teams in the league have had just forget them and move on. It's as simple as that. You go to the NHL level, the Caps, if you're a local fan. Top team in the East, they've had some forget them games this year. It happens. That's one of them right there for Battle Creek. Obviously, they've had more than other teams, but tonight they got to bounce back. Gary, I know I say it all the time. We sound like a broken record. They have to score first.
Right.
They can't not, because if they don't score first, you know what it is. It's here we go again.
Exactly. I mean, think about how many times we said that in the early portion of the season regarding the Delaware Thunder. You know, it seemed like they were falling behind every night, and you're right. That first goal becomes so critical, but especially in a game like today when you're Battle Creek and you've got that long ride home and you just want to grab a W before you get out of Harrington, especially with the fact that they turn right around next weekend. You're facing the same opponent on your home ice, so why not put a little bit of doubt in their mind before you head back to Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing this team again back-to-back next weekend. Then the weekend, 2 weekends after, I should say, you're right back here if you're Battle Creek. So you got to know you're going to see this team a lot more before this season ends. You got to put something in Delaware's mind that shows them you're going to put up a fight when you play them these next couple times. Because yesterday, 5-0 could have been worse probably, realistically.
Well, and let's also not forget, they got shut out last night, but Aaron Taylor was phenomenal. Made 38 saves, and you and I were talking in the pregame, I would say at least a good 7 or 8 5-star saves. So it's not like Battle Creek wasn't creating chances. They just couldn't beat Taylor last night.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the case was here yesterday. Aaron Taylor was phenomenal, and there's no 2 ways around that. Every once in a while, you're going to have a goalie steal a game, and I'm not saying he stole the game yesterday, but he was definitely a huge part of that for the Delaware Thunder.
So if you look at things from the Delaware side, we've got some housekeeping to deal with. Literally, while warm-up was happening, word came down from the Federal Hockey League that Anthony Paisano will have to serve a 1-game suspension today after he received a game misconduct in the 3rd period last night after his penalty against Gregorich, so he's out of the lineup today. Now, Bryce Litke, who played last night and I think played well, he will now dress to take Paisano's spot. Jordan Clark back in the lineup as well on the blue line.
Well, now Bryce Litke's got to run around, get ready, get rest. I saw him back there. I went back there for a quick second. I saw Bryce Litke skirting around, getting ready for tonight's action. So we'll see how he plays tonight. That routine's a little out of sync. And my guess is that it's going to be Charlie Pence, who's played so much with Paisano, who's going to be on his left side now.
Also a new goaltender today for the Thunder. They'll go with Sebastian Tomasa Carlson to give Aaron Taylor a rest. Obviously, 3rd game in 3 nights. So Sebastian will be making his 2nd start for the Thunder. His first one is a forgettable one, as you were just talking about, forget-me games, when he had to fill in for a suspended Taylor in Carolina on the wrong end of a 7-0 loss.
Right, and that's exactly what the case was down there in Carolina. It was a forget-me game. It's as simple as that, but you can't blame Tomasa Carlson for that, I don't think. I think that was one of the forget-me games for the team, not just the individual. So he was peppered that night. Delaware only put up about 15 shots, if I remember correctly, all night long. So tonight, obviously he's not going to see the Thunderbirds, but he's still going to need to be on his A game if Delaware wants to sweep this weekend.
And they're going to start a different front line as well tonight. Evan McIntosh, Taylor Cutting, and Eric Masters up front. We typically refer to them as sort of the checking line, so you almost feel like maybe the Thunder are approaching this game with more of a defensive mindset.
I'm curious to see why that is. Obviously, Joel Eisenhower will stay at net at the other end. I still think you don't change much up, honestly. I know there were a couple more breakdowns defensively yesterday than Friday, but I think that was Battle Creek playing a bit better. So tonight, I think Delaware knows that this is a different game, a 3 o'clock afternoon start. We'll see what it says, but as we get the announcing from our PA, there's Eric Masters, and he's the big part of that grinding line.
Well, it's interesting, too. You mentioned the 3 o'clock start. We'll talk about that more throughout the broadcast, just about how regimented athletes are and how the different times start on a Sunday afternoon could sort of affect them. I'll give you the Battle Creek starters for tonight quickly as the Thunder starters get announced by Tom Schultz. Jacob Wolf, who's back from suspension, he'll be starting on the left wing. Jared Pfeiffer on the right wing. Ryan Alvis, as you mentioned, Battle Creek's leading scorer, he'll start at center. On defense, Joe Brennan in his second game of Battle Creek on the left side, Michael Thomas on the right side, and Joel Eisenhower back between the pipes tonight, as you mentioned, played very well last night despite the 5-0 result for Battle Creek. We mentioned McIntosh, Cutting, and Masters up front for the Thunder. On defense, it'll be the captain, Charlie Pence Jr. on the left side, and on the right side tonight, it'll be Daniel DeCristofaro with Sebastian DeMassa Carlson in between the pipes. We'll turn things over to Tom Schultz, our PA announcer here at Thunderdome, as we get set for our national anthem. Oh, and what a fantastic Thunderdome ovation for 8-year-old Francis Fulmer, who sings our national anthem tonight and sets the tone for a Sunday afternoon matinee here live from Thunderdome as we get set for opening face-off. Mikey, quickly, keys to the game tonight.
Keys to the game, already stated it for Battle Creek. You got to come out flying. You got to come out and set the tone for tonight's matchup. Sebastian DeMassa Carlson hasn't gotten a ton of starts in his time here in Delaware. They got to pepper him early. For the Delaware Thunder, they do have to play a bit more, I wouldn't say defensive style, but you got to feel out how the game plays. Obviously, Friday, a run and gun him. Yesterday, a little more of a defensive effort from the Delaware Thunder. Tonight, what are we going to get? If we get a mix of both, it's going to be a runaway train again.
It'll be interesting to see how the Thunder approach this game. I would say more than anything else, too, stay out of the box if you're Delaware, because if you can limit the chances for a team that struggles offensively to start with, you're going to be better off in the long run. So here we go. Evan McIntosh on the dot with Ryan Alves, and we're about set to go. The Thunder trying to win their third straight and sweep the weekend set. And we are underway at Thunderdome as Mac wins it cleanly back to Charlie Pence. Penn's a bit too far for Eric Masters, and Battle Creek will look to break out the other way. Michael Thomas, fans on a pass attempt there. He'll hand it off to Alves, who will try again.
We'll Gary, this is the first time we get to see this top line all together. Wolf was suspended yesterday. Now you got the top three guys, Pfeiffer and Alvis, with them.
Into the zone with speed. Wolf at the side of the net. Shot and an easy save for Demassa Carlson. Now remember, the last time we saw Sebastian in action in relief against Watertown, the net moorings were a serious issue for him throughout that game. It made for a very choppy rhythm, which I think is a detriment to both teams, really.
Yes, and I already saw the ref throw his head back. Looked like he mouthed, "Oh no." I know he's been here before, and he's seen this happen.
Face off to the right of Sebastian. Simonetta line out now for the Thunder. Solis back in the lineup today for Battle Creek as well. Municello goes to the wall with Cristal, but the puck gets kicked down into the corner. Solis tried to play it further along, but Pens is able to get it back to center. A near steal by Municello, but now Cristal will backpedal. Plays it over to his defensive mate, Bush Anderson. Nice pass out to Driassi, who's through center ice with speed. Across the blue line, fires a shot. Glove saved. Demassa tested for the first time for real, and he's up to the task with 19:13 to go in the first.
I got to talk to Ryan Driassi before the game a bit today. He said, "I'm looking good and I'm feeling good." And I said, "Ryan, I agree with you." He was, like we said, a member of this Delaware Thunder team for a little bit of time. This is his 5th game now in the Federal Prospects Hockey League, and he's the nicest kid you'll meet, honestly.
Luciani with a quick shot off the face-off win. That's shouldered aside by Demassa. Bush Anderson keeps at the blue line and plays it around. Solis will chase into the corner. Avoids the big hit from Jordan Clark, but missed the puck. Municello's able to get it back to center. Driassi got to it first. Plays it back to Bush Anderson as Battle Creek will look to break out again, but that pass is intercepted by Bormanis, but then he's stripped by Solis. He's across the blue line. Shot with a screen from Jordan Clark, and a nice save by Demassa just under the right arm, and he'll hold for another face-off. We're a minute 16 in, scoreless, but so far, Battle Creek's had the better of it.
Well, it didn't look pretty, but it's a save nonetheless, and they get Solis back tonight, too. So Battle Creek's playing with 3 capable lines tonight. This is going to be a tester for the Delaware Thunder.
Champlain carry Gregorich out this time for Battle Creek, another face-off win. Puck comes to Gregorich, tries to work around Dunford. He gets bodied, and Evgeny Demon gets the puck away momentarily, but now it squirts free behind the net, and he'll have to chase. Anton Kalinin back in number 90, which fit him very well Friday night as he had a 6-goal evening against the Rumblebees. This line of Bormanis, Kalinin, and Demon have been lethal over the last 2 days. Bryce Litkey gets stripped. Champlain missed carry, though, or they would have had a break there, and Brian Dunford's able to get to the loose puck. But now he gives it away right along the far wall. Carey with a side angle shot, and that's saved by Demassa. And now Bormanis plays it ahead a bit too far for Demon, and Thomas will come back the other way. He'll just backhand it in. Battle Creek will go for a change. Got to be happy if you're a Battle Creek fan because the play has gone your way from the start so far tonight.
Delaware's looked sloppy early here, and Battle Creek's jumped all over them.
Kalinin through the neutral zone with speed now. Into the left circle. Plays it behind the net. Eisenhower hasn't seen a shot yet. Evgeny Demon misses the puck, then gets a shot from behind from Thomas and goes down. And now it's a 3-on-2 the other way for Battle Creek. Alves right into the slot. Pfeiffer with a shot and another save. Demassa Carlson. It's underneath that left pad, and we'll get another stop.
Oh, Demassa Carlson makes the save. He didn't look very confident about it, but he did make the save. And to clear the air, I want to say I worded that wrong. Ryan Driassi, I told him he's playing well. He said he's feeling good.
He has looked great all weekend. He's been one of the few bright spots, really, for this Battle Creek team. But you can see he's got fresh legs, and he's been skating really well, and it's turned into some really good scoring chances for this Battle Creek squad. Taylor Cutting wins a face-off, but DeCristofaro fumbles it in the corner, and Battle Creek's able to play it further. Pens tries to knife it along, but Jared Pfeiffer keeps it in. Now Charlie knocks that down, and he's able to break it out. Brennan Young with speed into the Battle Creek zone. He'll race into the corner, avoids the hit from Joe Brennan, but the puck's still loose. Now Evan McIntosh battling to a side here as they'll try to kick it along. Still in skates. Mac trying to keep it going. Now he's harassed by Michael Thomas, who works him off the puck, and he'll come away for Battle Creek. Just plays it off the glass. I don't like seeing pucks come in that direction after last night. If you were watching, we had a close call here in the booth. Brennan Young pass off the heel of his stick, and now DeCristofaro will play it at the red line. Shuffles it along for Taylor Cutting, who nearly got Solis with a high stick but missed. Now Bush Anderson tries to settle it down.
Look at this side from Brennan Young, too. He's looking to throw the body a lot more lately, and I like to see that from him.
Nice pass from DeCristofaro to Cutting. He's across the blue line. Quick shot. First one Eisenhower's faced, and he makes the save. Puck goes off the far wall, off the glass. Good pressure by Simonetta, but an even better move by Solis to come away with it. Cristal through the neutral zone. He's across the blue line, takes a shot, and again, a kind of a juggling save from DeMassa. Got a lot with the paddle, and it fell right in front of him. He was able to cover up.
Yeah, DeMassa Carlson shook his head knowing that one should have probably been directed straight up and out of play by him, but handcuffed him a bit, but a save nonetheless. And at least the first couple of shots have been from out of it. They haven't been heavy testers.
4:32 in, we're scoreless. Off the draw, puck's free along the far wall. Jordan Clark trying to muscle it away from Luciani, but Luciani is able to keep it alive. Simonetta now. He gets stripped by Driassi, who's able to play it further. Now loose in the corner. Clark feathers one out through the neutral zone, and Cristal will chase. Municello giving chase as well, but Cristal gets there first. He'll work around his own net. Plays it back out the center, but right to Alex Basie. Basie to Clark. Clark's going to backhand it in, and the Thunder will chase. Off the near wall, and nearly out, but not quite. Good keep in there by Jordan Clark. He'll play it down low to Simonetta. Mark Anthony around now. He gets walled by Bush Anderson on a good defensive hit there. And Battle Creek's going to look to break out the other way.
That's a great play by Bush Anderson. How many times have we seen Simonetta spin that out to the front of the net? Not that time until he was defensively marked by the big Bush Anderson.
Now Solis works through Clark, and then he gets taken down. The bench for the Thunder are going to claim that's a clean hip check, but they're going to get called for a trip here. Delayed penalty call. Strock right in front. Side angle shot, and that goes high and wide. Net comes off, and we get a whistle. So Clark will go to the box. Battle Creek will go to the power play. 4:50 into this first period.
And it's Bormanis to the locker room, too. Not sure what happened there. Just saw him leave the bench. Maybe it was an equipment malfunction or something. But, yeah, you're going to get called for that trip there, Gary, honestly. Solis got it by Clark. Just looked like they clipped skates. Unfortunate for Jordan Clark there.
Well, when Solis is coming with speed, and he had the step from the referee's perspective, he'll call that 99 times out of 100. Joe Brennan keeps it in as Battle Creek. They've been unable to light the lamp on the power play this weekend, and it's been kind of an ongoing story for them all season long. Alvis backhands to Carey, back to the point. It's off the skate of Brennan and back to center, and the Rumblebees will have to reset. Pfeiffer plays it back to Brennan as they had to vacate the offensive zone. Now Shea Carey on the stick of Driassi. Driassi walks in, fires one, and that's high and wide. Alvis keeps it alive along the far wall, but now he battles with Evgeny Demon, trying to clear. And now he does. Kalinin will kick it a little bit further as Driassi goes to chase again, down to 1:20 to go in the man advantage.
Yeah, and Delaware doing the right things, keeping it to the outside, trying their best to make the shots contested and the sticks in the shooting lanes.
Pfeiffer gets it into the zone, was nearly offside. It's a good job by Driassi to just hug the line there. Finally, Battle Creek set up. Brennan gets it to Alvis in the circle. Back up to the point, still not a shot on net a minute into this power play. Pfeiffer down low. Alvis tries to hammer one from the side of the net. Instead, it goes off the paddle of DeMassa and out of play.
It was a good-looking power play there a bit for Ryan Driassi and company for the Battle Creek Rumblebees. They got the puck to the side, and then the centering pass was deflected up and out of play by the goaltender DeMassa Carlson. But I like to see the movement today, Gary. That was something you talked about yesterday. There wasn't much of. A lot more of it early today.
Absolutely. We'll see if the second line can keep it up. Solis, Gregorich, Luciani, Bush Anderson, and Cristal on the blue line. Simonetta out with Municello now as the penalty killers. Off the draw, puck's loose in the circle. Simonetta tried to spin away with it, but Luciani stole it. Bush Anderson now at the point. He'll hold, looking for a passing lane. They'll crisscross with Solis. Solis will play it further in the corner. Gregorich back to Solis, top of the circle. Watching, looking, has a screen from Luciani and got too much into that one and went high and wide, and it's going to roll all the way back into the Battle Creek zone.
Under 30 seconds to go on the power play. That's looked better than I'd say that 5-minute major yesterday. Both of them, they've probably already had better scoring chances tonight than yesterday.
Without question. And as you said, it's all about the movement. It's about movement, positioning. It's looked good so far, even though it hasn't turned into a score for Battle Creek. They're just about out of time, though. 10 seconds left. They'll dump it into the corner. Alex Basie gets there for Delaware. He'll play it around to DeCristofaro, but it hops his stick, and now Solis holds. We're back to even strength as Clark's out of the box. Darius Davidson jumps on the ice for the first time tonight. Down low, that's Gregorich. Tried to play it back to Solis, but it was behind him. Luciani looks to keep it in, and he can't, as Nicoletti had vacated the zone to try to play defense. Now Luciani leaves for a change, and Darius Davidson gets to the loose puck. He'll walk it right in front. Oh, and a nice play. That was Nicoletti that raised the stick just enough of Darius Davidson that kept him from hammering that one home. Back to the point. Basie, he'll wind it fire. Deflection I think Municello got a piece of that, but a nice stop by Eisenhower. Got just enough of it with the glove to be able to knock it down and then cover up.
Gary, that's the definition of a positional save. He was out at the top of his crease. It changed direction in the low slot, and you saw how surprised Eisenhower was by that change of direction.
Demon on the draw now with Champlain. Wins it. Christers Bormanis. Quick one-timer from Demon. Didn't get enough of it. And Eisenhower's able to make the save. Now back to the point. Bryce Litke tried to play one down low to Demon, but got too much on it. Now it comes back around. Charles Debo IV playing his second game with Battle Creek. Played it to center, but couldn't get it past Brian Dunford. Bouncing puck off the stick of Kalinin is played back into the Delaware zone while Bryce Litke holds. Anton Kalinin back to Christers Bormanis. Across the blue line. Walks into the high slot shot, and I think that hit Kalinin before it went wide, and now Battle Creek brings it back the other way.
Yeah, Kalinin a bit gippy coming back into the defensive zone. It looked like that got him on the back of the leg. Shot from Bormanis might have found Twine, if not.
Strack bangs it into the corner, and now Bormanis battles with Debo. Dunford comes away with the puck and is able to get it to Litke. Litke with a good stretch pass to Demon. Numbers for the Thunder. Demon throws it to Kalinin in front, and a nice pass to Bormanis, who buries it on the doorstep to make it 1-0.
How good is that? Christers Bormanis starts it over to Demon. Kalinin back to Bormanis. 1-0 Thunder.
And how fitting for Christers Bormanis to finally bang one home after setting up so many plays this weekend.
Yeah, Bormanis, you knew he was close, and there it is, his first with the Thunder.
Fourth goal overall of the season. He's now got 22 points. And the Thunder, after being outplayed for most of this first period, they strike first and lead 1-0. There's the official announcement from our PA announcer, Tom Schultz. His play is back underway. Loose puck in the Delaware zone, and the captain, Charlie Penz, gets to it. He'll bang it off the wall through center. Looks like they wave off the icing here. This play will continue. Michael Thomas drops it for Brennan. That goes off the skate of Wolf, and it comes to DeCristofaro, but he can't handle it. Now Wolf will play it into the Delaware zone. This play's onside. Brennan Young drops it back to Christo, and he'll wait right behind his own net, looking to set up a breakout.
These next few minutes are so important to Battle Creek. They can either find a way to get one back, or they can buckle again, and they can be thinking, oh my, here we go again.
Well,
Battle Creek's got to be the better team here.
Good pressure by Wolf leads to a turnover. Puck loose in the circle after Pfeiffer fanned on a pass, though. And DeCristofaro is able to play it back through center. This one will go on Eisenhower, so again, no icing. Play continues. Thomas picks it up. 10:38 to go. Thunder leading 1-0. Michael Thomas skating out of his own zone across the blue line. Hits Alvis on the wing. Side angle shot. Demassa Carlson got a stick on that. And now Brennan Young just a bit too far for Evan McIntosh. So Battle Creek is able to reset. Pass behind Driassi goes right through his skates and all the way down. Basie will play it there. Off the far wall was looking for Darius Davidson, but that puck got airborne on him. And again, Battle Creek will have a chance to break it out again, which is something they've struggled with so far this weekend.
Yeah, the breakouts have been a problem. And Gary, remember that Friday night game, those tap-in goals with the defensive breakdowns? The first goal of this game was the real first breakdown of the night for Battle Creek. Unfortunately for them, it was a bad one.
Luciani can't handle the pass that's behind him, and now Municello and Simonetta come back the other way. Simonetta in the skates, rebound, score! What an amazing feed from Thomas Municello on the backhand through his skates to get that on the stick of Darius Davidson. As you mentioned, another tap-in goal, and it's 2-0.
That's a great play by Municello. Simonetta set it up, but the pass wasn't great. He found it in his skates, spinning backhand at Davidson, bar down, 2-0 Thunder.
And then after the goal, Municello and Chris Dahl had a few choice words for each other. I don't think Tom appreciated the shot that he took after making that pass. So Darius Davidson, man, have a weekend, will you? 4 goals Friday night, a pair last night, and now another today. That's 7 in the last 3 games as the Thunder lead 2-0.
How good has Darius Davidson been? He's a huge addition to this team. I don't care if they're playing Battle Creek or Carolina. It doesn't matter. This guy is a big, big addition. I think he's going to put up points every night.
Well, you know, and you've been talking about how high you are on Thomas Municello since he got here back in October, and it looks like he's finally found the line mates that work best for him, because these 3 guys together have been phenomenal all weekend, and there Municello is with a quick shot. Pad save by Eisenhower. Thomas gets knocked down after the shot. Now the puck's loose at center. Simonetta over skates. Gregorich has to retreat because I think Battle Creek would have been offside. And now the puck's loose, and Alex Basie's able to pick it up.
Ooh, Basie had Davidson wide open. Far side of the ice, leaked in behind the defense, just missed him. We're going to be a timeout here, Gary.
Yeah, I think Darius was expecting that pass, too. That's why he snuck in the zone just a hair early.
Yeah, because you slow the play down when you drop it at the blue line for Simonetta there. Darius was flying, and the way he's been playing, you got to think it's 3-0 if he's in alone.
You have to sort of feel for Battle Creek. You know, they did everything that you mentioned they needed to do in the first 9 minutes of this game. And then, as you said, all it took was one breakdown, and the Thunder are on the board, and then 2 minutes later, bang, it's 2-0.
Well, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe it's just a bit of bad luck today for Battle Creek, but it's not. You can't have those breakdowns. You can't leave Darius Davidson alone in front.
Right.
And the play to Christers Bormanis, you look, both defensemen are puck watching, both watching Anton Kalinin. I understand he's dangerous, but so is Bormanis on the other end of it.
Everybody's got a responsibility. You have to stick to it if you're going to play good, sound, fundamental hockey. And I'll be honest, I was talking with some folks that have been watching video, and the one thing they said is, sometimes you'll find Battle Creek a lot of times out of position, and that's led to some of their struggles so far this year, and that's certainly come to fruition this weekend. Back underway. We're under 9 minutes to play in the first period. Delaware leads 2-0. Ryan Alvis trying to put something together. He'll backhands one in front, and a big save by Demassa Carlson as he stones Pfeiffer on the redirection. Bryce Littke tries to clear the zone. Wolf knocks that down. And Alves overskates, but now comes right to Wolf again. Throws it in front. Backhand shot. Another save by Demassa Carlson. And now the puck's loose at the side of the net. And Evan McIntosh will play it back around behind, and Dunford will just try to get it out of the zone, but he can't. Michael Thomas keeps Pfeiffer with a shot. Another save by Sebastian. Dunford plays it along further. Eric Masters gets it back to center. Taylor Cutting will chase it there, and it bounces into the Battle Creek bench.
Bad luck there for the Delaware Thunder. Having a chance to clear McIntosh, the puck just rolled on him a bit, and it went behind the cage, but he did have a big block in front as well, and Sebastian Demassa Carlson, big save after big save in the first.
Well, it's interesting. We haven't seen him play much lately, so we weren't quite sure how sharp he was going to be, and shaky on a couple of those first saves, but, man, he's really settled in here. Surprised we maybe didn't see the arm go up there as Bush Anderson took down Kalinin. 8 minutes to go. It's 2-0 Delaware. Battle Creek looking to put another rush together. Driassi avoids the hip check from DeCristofaro, but Demon gets to the puck. Evgeny plays it off the back wall. Anton Kalinin gets it out of the zone to Christers Bormanis. Bormanis ahead to Demon. Evgeny Demon right through the slot, walks in front. Didn't get much on that shot, and then gets planted by Bush Anderson as Driassi carries on. Solis across the blue line. His shot blocked by DeCristofaro, and it's stuck in his skate. So we'll get a whistle with 7:35 to go.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck for Dan DeCristofaro. Ate the shot painfully, obviously, in the boot area, and then found a way to get a whistle there, just like a goalie. Dan covered up.
I will say this, too. I mean, give Delaware a lot of credit. They've blocked a ton of shots this weekend as well. Most notably, the shot blocked by Charlie Penns that's left him with a few bumps and bruises this weekend. But you always want your captain to set an example, and in that department, he certainly has. Off the draw, Delaware coming the other way. Pass just a bit too far for Municello, and it's loose behind the net, but Thomas gets to it. Beat Gregorich to the puck, and now he's got it in the corner. Back to the blue line, Jordan Clark. Municello plays it into the corner looking for Simonetta. He's bodied by Nicoletti. Simonetta right into the high slot. Oh, but it was on the backhand of Municello, and he couldn't handle it. And now Shea Carey comes back to Gregorich. Gregorich tried to dump it in, didn't get much on it, but now it rolls on to Demassa Carlson, and he'll cover up. John Champlain took a little extra poke at it, and Jordan Clark lets him know that's not welcome here.
No, Jordan Clark, one of those guys who's going to stick up for anyone on the team. That's why a big reason why he was brought into Delaware. They know he'll stand up for any of the guys, and he's not going to back down from anybody in this league.
Simonetta will stay out with Davidson and Municello. The Alvis line with Wolf and Pfeiffer, who started the game, are back out for Battle Creek. Now they're going to throw Simonetta off the dot. Davidson will come in and take the draw. Darius wins it. Kind of waited for Alvis to make his play and then just got the puck that was sitting there. But Joe Brennan keeps it in at the blue line. Alvis will play it further. It's loose behind the net. Simonetta gets there. He's able to backhand it along. Got it to Davidson. Davidson couldn't get it out, though. Turnover off the skate of Pfeiffer. He would have been alone in front. Back to the blue line after Pfeiffer takes a hit from Jordan Clark, and now Alves will just play it in deep, but couldn't get it past Clark. Clark will play it off the glass. Was trying to get Davidson, but instead finds Michael Thomas. 6:30 to play. Delaware up 2-0. Goals from Christers Bormanis and Darius Davidson have put the Thunder on top. Michael Thomas will look to skate it out as he's got room now to get it through center, but the pass is behind Wolf. Pfeiffer can't beat Jordan Clark to the puck, and he's able to knife it back to center, right on the stick of Darius Davidson. 2-on-2 with Simonetta. The streaking Taylor cutting, but a good back check there by Jacob Wolf. But he sends it all the way down, and it looks like we'll get an icing, and we will. So Battle Creek wanted to get a change there, and they're not going to be able to.
It was perfectly executed by Darius Davidson, too, but the puck just was rolling on him, and he fanned on the pass across, didn't get much on it. That caused the turnover.
6:02 to go in the first period. Evan McIntosh out with Masters and Taylor Cutting, who scored a goal last night. Ryan Alves, Battle Creek's leading scorer. Of course, still out there after the icing call. Off the draw, Brennan Young with a shot. That's deflected. It's loose in front. Alves is able to escape the pressure with the puck, but can't get it out of the zone. Brennan Young takes it away. Loose on the near wall. McIntosh gets it back to Dunford. He'll just bang it around the wall. Litke's going to pinch. And again, Wolf fires it down. This will be another icing. Wolf took a hit from Cutting for his troubles as well. So again, this line's not going to be able to get off completely.
Well, Gary, remember Friday night, Wolf's definitely not a favorite here as he threw the headbutt on Evan McIntosh. I know it wasn't a hard one, but it's one of those things that's just frowned upon in the hockey world.
Of course, he had to serve a one-game suspension yesterday as a result of that game misconduct. Evan McIntosh and Alves on the draw. Evan wins another one. Bryce Litke keeps it at the blue line. Brennan Young battling with Thomas there. Puck loose at center. Here comes Pfeiffer with it. Jared, who scored on Friday night, throws that one off the blocker of DeMassa. Finally, Battle Creek gets a change. As Delaware comes the other way, Bryce Litke will bang it into the Battle Creek zone. Too fast for Eisenhower to play it behind the net. Taylor Cutting comes in and lays his shoulder into Bush Anderson, and then nearly had a primo scoring chance go right off the heel of his stick in front of Eisenhower. Cross-ice pass for Bush Anderson the other way. He walks right in front, and then he fans on the shot as the puck goes into the corner. Dunford made him eat the wall there, but Battle Creek still has the puck. Shot by Luciani goes high and wide and went into the netting. So we get a whistle, an extra bump from Taylor Cutting on Cristal in front of the Delaware bench as well.
Is that going to send Taylor Cutting to the box? We'll see. I'm not sure. The referee is having a talk with him. Now he just pushes him off to the bench and says, "You're okay," but not the move there.
I think he's letting him know that was a close one. It's almost like the second warning you give to your toddler before you take away their ice cream.
Don't do it again.
Right. Off the face-off, puck loose in the corner, Solis and DeCristofaro battle for it. Daniel's able to kick it along. Now Evgeny Demon trying to get out of the zone and at least gets it back through center ice. Cristal fires it all the way down. They wave off the icing, saying Cristo could have played that. Instead, he retrieves, and now he'll skate back out of the Delaware zone. Pass on the tape to Christers Bormanis. Into the Battle Creek zone with speed. One-timer to Cristofaro. And a good save by Eisenhower. Puck loose in the corner. Back to Bormanis. Kalinin with a one-timer. That's blocked by Nicoletti. And now here comes Ryan Triassi. Across the blue line. Hampered from behind by Bormanis. And then he gets the hip of Charlie Penns as the puck comes free to Cristofaro.
Yeah, and you see what Triassi can bring. Another good play there. Gets the puck in deep. End of a long shift. You put the puck behind the net. You get a line change.
Evgeny Demon passing the skates at Kalinin, but he's able to play it into the Battle Creek zone. Bormanis couldn't get there first, though. Battle Creek plays it back to center where Jordan Clark will hold. He'll just fire it across the neutral zone. Loose puck picked up by Demon. He's in 2-on-2 with Kalinin, but the pass was behind Tony. Gregorich now bangs it further, and Battle Creek will look to regroup. Strock, long stretch pass, was nearly intercepted by Basie, but then it came to Gregorich, and he plays it into the corner. Champlain will chase and play it further. Thought that puck might have been played with a high stick, but no. Gregorich throws it in front, off the paddle of DeMassa Carlson. Then it bounces off Basie, and Sebastian's able to cover up. 3:29 left in the first.
3:29, and Sebastian DeMassa Carlson settled into this game. Now he's seeing the puck well, knocking it down and making every save thus far.
He's made a couple of real primo saves, and sometimes I feel like as a goaltender, those are the ones that really get you going. Sometimes you think it's like those easy ones that kind of get you into the flow of a game. Those are the ones that can trip you up a little bit, as we saw early on in the contest. Simonetta and Alvis on the dot. There's a face-off won by Alvis, but Darius Davidson beat Wolf to the puck. Now it was loose in the Battle Creek zone, but Wolf gets to it first. Deflected pass, bounces into the Delaware zone, and now it's just like pinball through the neutral zone. Finally, Basie able to settle it down. Clark will play it across. 3:05 to go. Municello. His pass deflected by Wolf, and he'll have to regroup. He'll circle back and play it to Alex Basie. Basie to Jordan Clark, and Jordan Clark's just going to lift that through center. Michael Thomas able to glove it down, but then he plays it right into the body of Simonetta, but he's got to wait for Municello to get onside. He does, but then the puck squirted free for Jared Pfeiffer.
Well, since that second goal, both teams have buckled down defensively. We've seen a lot of neutral zone play here, a lot of chip and chase.
Michael Thomas with a pass a bit too far for Wolf, but he beats Alex Basie to it. Although Basie with a good poke check gets it free in the corner, but then his pass is behind Simonetta. This is going to go all the way down and should be icing against the Thunder.
End of a long shift, too, for Simonetta and company. I believe they snuck at least Brennan Young on there, so Thomas Municello could get off.
But Darius Davidson, Simonetta, Basie, and Clark have to stay. Battle Creek counters with Solis, Driassi, Luciani up front, looking to take advantage of this draw. Solis looked like he won the draw, but again, Clark beat Luciani to the puck, and they get it back to center. Solis harassed from behind by Simonetta, but now Driassi gets to the puck. He gets a shoulder from Davidson, and now Simonetta stays out. Carries it into the Battle Creek zone, but then he loses his skates, and the puck comes free in the neutral zone. Luciani just across the red line. His shot was nearly deflected wide, but Damasa Carlson was able to glove it down. We got 1:59 left in the first period in a 2-0 game.
Sebastian Damasa Carlson there. Bit of an easy save, Gary. That's one you talk about where you're not going to get fired up, but you like to see it, especially if you're a goaltender. It bumps that save percentage up still.
Bryce Littke gets to the loose puck after the face-off. Brennan Young's got it now. Tries to play it off the wall, and he gets it around Chris Dahl. Evan McIntosh gets to it. He'll walk it up the near wall. Now he spins back to the corner. Works it away from Bush Anderson. Takes a shot from behind. And now Brennan Young gives Bush Anderson a little bit of business. Solis's pass offside. I was going to say it looked a little off there, as Solis got into the zone just a tad early.
Seeing a different side from Brennan Young. Definitely the physicality coming out, and I know Coach Penz will like to see that from the young 20-year-old.
Shots so far, Battle Creek has the advantage 13-8. Damasa Carlson has made 13 saves thus far, while Eisenhower has made 6. That's why we have a 2-0 score. Under a minute and a half to play. Strack will dump this in, gets a bump from McIntosh. Puck's loose behind the net. Charlie Penz knifes it along. But playing it there in the corner is Champlain. He goes down. A bit too far for Gregorich. Charlie Penz gets it back to center. Overskated by Young, but then he notices and gets it to Evan McIntosh. Now Masters, he'll fire a shot, and that's shouldered down by Eisenhower, and he's able to hold it in the catching mitt. And now Champlain and Evan McIntosh exchanging a couple of taps right in front of the goal crease.
And Cristofaro came in, too, to back up Evan McIntosh as well. Charlie Penz there, too. Charlie Penz has been chatting with Champlain for quite some time now.
Well, remember, they went at it last night. Early on in the first period, it was the boarding call by Champlain on Penz that led to their fight.
I have a feeling we'll see them go again tonight.
Well, I think Charlie was a little disappointed that Champlain didn't participate as much in that altercation as he probably should have. Backhand pass from Bormanis is stolen by Pfeiffer. Into the Delaware zone onside. It's Wolf. He drops one for Nicoletti, but that shot goes well wide. Jared Pfeiffer picks up the loose puck. He'll wind it around. Stolen away by Bormanis, but now we get a whistle and a penalty coming up. Cross-check is going to be the call as Alvis went down in the corner. Not sure who the guilty party is.
It's going to be Basie. It's going to be Alex Basie on the cross-check there in the corner. The drop pass came. It was a second late. The cross-check, too. I think he could have got him for interference as well on the play. It's a 2-minute minor on the Thunder.
So 50.6 seconds left in the period. Battle Creek will go to the power play for the second time tonight. A better-looking power play the first time around, even though they didn't score, from what we've seen the first two games this weekend. Luciani at the point. Plays it to Solis. Back up top, Luciani. He'll fire one. Deflection. Demasa Carlson makes the save. It's still loose. And now that shot gets blocked by Dunford. Battle Creek able to keep it in, though, behind the net. Gregorich threw one in front. Puck's bouncing through the slot and finally back to center. Battle Creek has to regroup. Gregorich back on side. Gets a bump from Charlie Penz, but the puck comes to Bush Anderson, but then he loses as it goes back to center. 15 seconds left in the period. Cristal spinning away from Kalinin. Gets it to Solis. Maybe time for one more shot. Good job by Demon to steal that puck away and fire it all the way back down. 5 seconds to go. That should just about bring us to the end of the first period as the horn sounds as that puck goes out of play. When we come back, Battle Creek will have 1:10 left on that minor. But Delaware, even though you might think, well, actually not might think, but Battle Creek will probably feel like they outplayed the Thunder in that first period, certainly outshot Delaware, but they go to the locker room trailing by a score of 2-0. There's some words coming from the Battle Creek bench, not quite sure what they're so disgruntled about at this very moment. But there's a lot of chirping here going back towards the officials. I think what I think they're going to be complaining about there is they feel like the hit by Penz on Gregorich was high. Because I heard somebody make mention, look, his visor's cracked. But
that's the only thing I could think, but there was a lot of yelling going back and forth. Gregorich appears to be okay, which is good.
Yeah.
So Elise is having a chat with somebody as well on the way off. So it's getting chippy on the ice for sure.
It's sure. Well, remember, third night in a row, these two teams have been playing. There's been a lot of talk back and forth. You had the 13-2 result Friday night. A better effort from Battle Creek last night, but they get shut out. First shutout in Thunder history. So it's a powder keg that could explode here over the next 40 minutes of hockey. Goal scorers tonight again. Darius Davidson scores his 7th of the weekend to get the Thunder on the board. Well, actually, Christers Bormanis scored the first goal tonight. And then Davidson on an absolutely sick feed from Thomas Municello made it 2-0. We'll take a moment to thank our fine sponsors that make Delaware Thunder hockey possible here live from the Thunderdome. And then when we come back, we'll get you ready for the second period alongside Mikey Basile. I'm Gary Schofield. We appreciate you watching on YouTube. And as always, you can find the link for home and road games at DelawareThunder.com.
Delaware Thunder Hockey is brought to you in part by Betsy Ross Pizza, Brimminghorn Meadery, Duck Creek Printing, Gatehouse Media, M&T Bank, Easy Loans Incorporated, The Barn, Harrington Insurance, Big Oyster Brewery, 47 ABC, Delaware Prep Ice Hockey, Bridal Bit Liquors, Charlie's Painting, American Hockey Services, Forever Media, Applebee's Grill and Bar, Robert Webster Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, Delmarva Chiropractic and Wellness Center, First Aid Fabrication, Pizza King, Post-Acute Medical, Premier Orthopedic Bone and Joint Care, Holiday Inn Express, the Delaware State Lottery, Planet Fitness, Mission Barbecue, THG Transport Incorporated, the YMCA of Dover, CrossFit Dover, Texas Roadhouse, Urco Ceilings and Interiors, Chick-fil-A, MD Mechanical, Fine Line Website and IT Consulting, Super 8, Alpha Care Medical, and Bay Health. We'll be back with the next period's action coming up. You're watching Delaware Thunder Hockey on YouTube. For Mike Basile, I'm Gary Schofield. We'll be back to the action momentarily.
And we welcome you back into Thunderdome, the center ice arena on the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington, alongside Mikey Basile. I'm Gary Schofield as we get you set for the second period. The Delaware Thunder leading the Battle Creek Rumblebees by a score of 2-0. Battle Creek will have 1:10 left on an Alex Basie minor to try to cut that lead in half. Some numbers from the first period. Battle Creek outshot Delaware 15-9. Christers Bormanis scored 8:20 into the contest on an assist from Anton Kalinin and Evgeny Demin, who quietly has put up 10 points this weekend. Evgeny Demin had 7 assists on Friday night, a pair of assists last night, and now an assist today, so he's got 10 points. Darius Davidson scored his 7th goal of the weekend on an absolutely phenomenal pass from Thomas Municello. Mark Anthony Simonetta grabs an assist as well there. So as we head to period number 2, if you look around the FHL, the Danbury Hat Tricks will be in Columbus tonight, looking for a second straight win there. And a big game of interest to Thunder fans, the Menor Icebreakers, who the Thunder come into today just 14 points behind for that final playoff spot in the Eastern Division. They will be in Danville tonight to take on the Dashers. Face-off theirs at 5:05.
Well, Gary, it's getting really close to people starting to think, wow, Delaware could do this. And we got Battle Creek, Mentor next weekend. If we sweep that weekend, holy smoke, people will be talking, how do you slow down Delaware?
Right, because then the race is on as the Battle Creek Rumblebees will be back here March 14th and 15th. Don't forget, you can be here in person. If you get to our website at DelawareThunder.com, you can grab your tickets in advance to be part of the action here. Now, if you're in attendance, you happen to be watching our broadcast today, don't forget, if you go out to the merchandise table in the lobby, you can bid to take home a signed Anthony Paisano jersey today. It's part of our weekend of memorabilia auctions, and it all culminates this afternoon.
Right, we started off with the Charlie Penn signed helmet. Then we went on to the Daniel DeCristofaro signed gloves, and now the big finale.
Right.
Literally big. The Tony Paisano signed jersey as DeMassa Carlson leads the Delaware Thunder back out onto the ice for period number 2. Gary, they got 1 minute 10 of penalty time to kill from number 27, I should say.
Now let's talk about Sebastian, just a bit. We obviously hasn't played a much here in the last month or so. So Aaron Taylor coming off the shutout last night, maybe we were surprised a bit that Sebastian got the call, but overall played really well in the first period.
Yeah, he played very well in period number 1. Couple shaky shots early, but once he settled in, he looked very good in period 1.
Stopped all 15 that he faced. Again, the Rumblebees outshot the Thunder 15-9. Joel Eisenhower didn't face a ton of rubber there in the first period, just 9 shots on goal for the Thunder to get by, and that's where we stand at 2-0 as we get set for the opening faceoff of period number 2. Just waiting for the Thunder to get out of the box, or off the bench, I should say. And right now, Battle Creek's only got 4 on the surface. Solis, Gregorich, now Luciani joins. Looks like it'll be Cristal and Bush Anderson back on the blue line to start for this power play group. Dunford, Penns, Davidson, and Municello will be the penalty killers out for Delaware. The referee's on the dot. Looks like we're ready to get underway here for second period action.
Well, Gary asked, too, Joel Eisenhower, is he feeling it now? This is going on to period number 8 in 3 days.
It's a good point, and remember, they also played Wednesday night. So this is their 4th game in 5 days overall for a busy Battle Creek squad.
Much like Aaron Taylor, Eisenhower's had a heavy workload this season.
Bush Anderson gets into the Delaware zone, carries into the corner. He'll drop one for Gregorich, who's marked by Darius Davidson, but he's able to carry it around behind the net, but then his pass is deflected out of play by Charlie Penns.
Charlie Penns with the active stick on the defensive side, still chatting it up with the Rumblebees. Gregorich as well now. I know it was Champlain. Gregorich getting involved too.
Well, remember, those are the two that came together near the end of the first period, which we think led to all the chirping from the Battle Creek bench just at the end of the period there. Puck loose at the side of the net, comes back to Cristal at the point. Walks it into the top of the high slot. His shot, I think that hit Gregorich in front before it got to DeMassa. Here comes Darius Davidson the other way for Delaware. He takes a quick shot. Eisenhower is able to hold on to that one as he's unhappy that he got the whistle. Looks like he wanted to keep play going there, but we'll get a stop with 19:18 left. and 28 seconds on the power play. Understandable he'd be frustrated because you don't want to hold for a faceoff in your own zone when you've got the man advantage.
Right, he definitely wanted to keep the play moving, which I appreciate there. The 5'10 goaltender, not like we said yesterday, one of the biggest in stature in the league, but he comes out to the top of the crease and challenges. The only problem with that, you've seen him get beat on a couple cross creases, which most goalies would, don't get me wrong, but when you're that far out, it's real tough to get back in position.
Puck in deep. Charlie Penge tries to clear the zone, and he does. Just a little too far for Evgeny Demid, but he's going to beat Jared Pfeiffer to the puck. Walks into the circle. Now he spins, throws one in front. Was hoping for Kalinin, but Eisenhower got enough of that to send it to the far wall. Joe Brennan picks it up for Battle Creek. He drops it for Jared Pfeiffer. That's going to do it for the power play, though. We're back to even strength, and Anton Kalinin gets to the loose puck. His pass into the slot deflected by Brennan, and now it's loose at the red line, and Brian Dunford will slow it down. He plays it off the wall for Evgeny Demid. Cross-ice pass bounces over the stick of Bormanis. Still loose. Charlie Pence picks it up and walks into the Battle Creek zone. His shot's deflected by Pfeiffer, and now it's loose behind the net. Joe Brennan bangs it along. Not far enough, though, as Christos Bormanis is able to keep it in. Plays it into the corner, through the skates of Anton Kalinin, but he recovers. Spins away from Jared Pfeiffer. Now Driassi bangs it off the wall, but Jordan Clark will pinch. He'll play it in behind where Bormanis picks it up. Looking to get the cycle game going on a bit here for Delaware. Tries to turn away from Pfeiffer. Champlain got a piece of it, but Kalinin walks in front. Good paddle work there by Eisenhower to keep that from getting to the slot where Evgeny Demid was waiting. Jordan Clark will wind and fire one, and that goes wide. Still loose behind the net, and Pfeiffer finally collects for Battle Creek, and he'll look to just play it back to center. Gets underneath Clark. Now will Driassi get to it first? He won't. DeCristofaro beat him to the puck, but a near break there for the Rumblebees.
That's a good play by DeCristofaro. Turned on the Jets as Brennan Young offside. That's what happens when you go laterally at the blue line. But it was a tough play by Clark as the puck just bounced over his gloves. When you're hunched over, you got to get the feet going again, and he couldn't get back in time.
Luckily, his teammate DeCristofaro had his back and kept Driassi from getting a chance there. McIntosh will draw here with Champlain just outside of the Battle Creek zone. Evan wins the draw. Taylor Cutting backhands it to Brennan Young, who walks into the Battle Creek zone. Top of the circle. His shot right off the mask of Eisenhower. I think that stunned him for a moment. Now it's loose in the corner. Taylor Cutting tried to put a bump on Strock, but he took the worst of it. But able to keep it in at the blue line was Jordan Clark. Cutting with a chance to do a wraparound in Champlain with a sprawling play. Sends Cutter flying. Taylor slams at his shin pads as he skates by after Battle Creek had iced the puck. Taylor wants a piece of Champlain after going at him low there. And the linesman's in between them. I'm trying to keep them separated. And now Dunford and DeBow come together.
Cutting's got to be careful here. They got him. You knew it was going to happen. But how do you miss the trip originally, right, Gary?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it almost reminds me of a kick slide in soccer was the play there from Champlain, which should have been a penalty. I mean, Taylor had the puck coming from behind the net. You can't take a guy's feet out with your skates as far as I'm concerned. It's not just a trip. If you use the stick, the skates should count as well.
All right, and Gregorich seems okay with the case. And they're going to send Cutting back to the bench, it looks like.
Oh, they're not going to call the penalty.
They're going to play 5-on-5. Oh, that's going to upset the Battle Creek bench.
Absolutely
I would think. Oh, they're up in arms over here, Gary.
Of course they are. They thought they were going back to the power play, and that Taylor Cutting was going to get a roughing call.
Well, the referee, you saw him point and push him out to the penalty box. But
I thought so, too. But now he's looking to come back on the ice. And he will, so it looks like much ado about nothing here, as the faceoff will come to the left of Eisenhower. And, you know, we were talking to Adam Steo, the head coach for the Rumblebees on Friday night, and he talked about how he has struggled to see eye to eye with the officials throughout the year. Cases like that certainly don't help.
Correct, Gary.
Dunford will backpedal into the Delaware zone. Bryce Litkey will just bang it off the back wall. But that jumped over the stick of Dunford. Champlain's able to play it deep, but he finds Bryce Litkey. Just under 17 minutes to go here in the second period. Delaware leading 2-0. Brennan Young can't control the pass there. Now Gregorich fumbles it in the neutral zone. And Dunford comes back the other way for Delaware. McIntosh across the blue line. Top of the circle. His shot's deflected. And then Cutting pushes Strock right into the net. The faceoff's going to come outside of the Battle Creek zone. And now Cutter and Strock getting into it. You know, Taylor just wants to go with somebody at this point, it seems. He's dropped the glove, even with the linesman in between. Cutting and Strock are going to go. Strock doesn't even have his gloves off. I don't think he really even wants to fight. He's just holding on. Oh, an uppercut from Cutting.
Oh, my
Now the
God.
helmet is off of Strzok. I can't believe they're letting this continue. I mean, Strzok obviously wants no part of it. Wow. So Taylor got what he wanted. He got the fisticuffs. Strzok never even got his gloves off, so I'll be curious. Are they going to give him 5?
I'm not sure, but Taylor Cutting upset coming to the bench. Looks like Strzok appears to be okay. Definitely got the worst of that. He's angry coming off the ice, Strzok.
Oh, I think he's asking, like, why didn't you step in? You know? He just put his head down, was trying to hold on as best he could. Or he might even be asking, why are you even sending me to the box, which he isn't going to the box yet.
It looks like he needs equipment repair. I don't know if he's going to have to go to the box after the fact.
Well,
But they're going to the locker room to get him some equipment repair. He's got to go to the box, Strzok, I would think.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, if you're standing in the street and somebody walks up to you and just starts punching you, and you're just trying to hold on.
Well, when the linesman stepped away, it looked like they were both ready to go.
Well,
Strzok had a glove off.
I'll be honest with you. I think that's part of it. I think he felt like the linesmen were there so that it wasn't going to go any further. And then when they backed away, it was like, oh, wait, this is happening? And I think maybe at that point he might have changed his mind.
Right.
Thinking that the linesmen would step back in, but they didn't.
Yeah, and there's a meeting of the minds right below us here, and I'd like to be a fly on the penalty box door here to be able to hear what's going on. I'm not sure. Taylor Cutting's not in the penalty box anymore, Gary. I don't know where he went. Has he been ejected?
Unless they gave him an instigator and maybe a 10-minute misconduct. But you're right, he's not in the box.
His helmet's there, though.
Oh, okay. That's right. Maybe, unless that came over late.
That could be the case.
Well, the only... Well, I know they announced number 2, but that should have been 24, Strzok,
Right.
who gets a roughing call. So the roughing will negate the instigator, but it turns into a major power play
Well, Gary,
for the Rumblebees.
I heard the official say he didn't even drop the gloves, but why did the linesman let that go on for so long? They didn't want to get in the way, it looked like, of it, and that's when it's a fight, actually, but that one they're deeming wasn't even a fight.
Well, and I'm telling you, I'm not surprised that that's how they came out of it, because from the get-go, Strzok didn't want any part of Taylor Cutting. And I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised the linesman stepped aside to begin with.
Right, yeah, that was the biggest thing to me, that the linesman let them go. It looked like when you let them go, it's two willing combatants, and if Strzok wasn't one, I don't know why they didn't separate them earlier.
Right. So there's the power play. Now remember, Delaware killed off 2 major power plays last night. They'll look to make it 3 if they can do it here. So far, they've killed the first 40 seconds as Alex Bassey's able to play it back through center, and Solis will retreat. He's being harassed by Darius Davidson, though, as Darius steals the puck. Simonetta, backhand pass to Davidson, works around, and a nice save with the glove hand by Joel Eisenhower that kept Davidson off the board. That would have been his 3rd straight multi-goal game, but instead Eisenhower was up to the task.
Well, it's a big save by Eisenhower. But the thing was, Eisenhower knew he could only go glove side. He was in too tight to bring it back to the backhand.
Evgeny Demin and Kalinin are out now. Bryce Lichtke's going to go to the box to serve the instigator penalty for Cutting. Spinning away now is Jared Pfeiffer. And you're right, though. Taylor has left the playing area. So I wonder if they did get a 10-minute misconduct as well, along with the instigator. That's kind of how it went down with Charlie last night.
Right, and I'm curious to see. It was Paisano, actually, wasn't it?
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
Shot wide there from Demin.
Gary, sorry to cut you off, but I'm just curious to see if it was a 10-minute. I didn't hear what kind of misconduct was heard. I tried to look on the stats. They're getting updated as we speak.
Jeff typing feverishly down there in the scorer's table.
He doesn't get as much credit as he deserves,
He
does
should.
he?
I think that's the first time we might have mentioned him in the broadcast this year. Shot wide from Joe Brennan, one of the newest members of the Battle Creek Rumblebees, but Daniel DeCristofaro is able to clear that all the way down. We are a minute 40 into this power play, and yet to get a shot on goal are the Rumblebees, but another chance for Delaware. Evgeny Demon, and he scores! Top shelf for Evgeny. Shorthanded goal makes it 3-0. And you talk about having a weekend. We talked about Anton Kalinin and his 7-goal weekend. We've talked about Darius Davidson. We've been enamored with Christos Bormanis. Evgeny Demon now has had 11 points this weekend. That's his first goal of this series, but 10 assists on top of that.
Sometimes I joke with Evgeny and I say, you don't like to shoot much, do you? He always sets up his teammates. But Evgeny Demon goes top shelf looking like a pure scorer. And once again, it's a shorthanded goal for the Thunder against the Battle Creek power play that's really been in shambles.
It's reeling. Again, a major power play here. So it was an opportunity for them to really get back in this game. But instead, they've just dug the hole deeper. Gregorich with a rising shot. And that's gloved down by DeMassa. I think that's the first shot he's faced here in the second period.
Yes, I'd agree. And, Gary, I just want to say, I looked up and it looked like it's 7 minutes of penalty for Taylor Cutting. I wonder if maybe he cut his hand or something during the fight. Or
he was looking at his hand when he came into the box.
Maybe that's why he's in the locker room right now.
That could be. Off the draw, Charlie Penns gets to the loose puck, bangs it around the wall, and it deflects back to center. Bush Anderson now. Tries to dump it in, but can't get it through the blue line defense. And now Chris Stahl has to retreat. This has kind of been a familiar tune for this Battle Creek power plays, just trying to get out of their own zone and getting things set up in the Delaware zone.
Well, Gary, I'll tell you, once they get set up, it's not a bad look, but the breakout's been tough, and the entry's been bad. They get the puck in. Let's see if they can set it up here, but usually it's right out just like that.
Pass to Bush Anderson was deflected by Bormanis. He looked to chase it down with a streaking Evan McIntosh. Christers gets to the puck. Good wall off there by Bush Anderson, but Christers gets to the loose puck again and sends that one high over the crossbar and into the netting for a stoppage of play.
It was a good play by Bormanis. He jumped over Bush Anderson, found the puck, takes a bump up high from Anderson, and the helmet nearly came off, but he found a way to get a shot going towards the cage for a scoring chance.
So a line change here for both teams. Alvis will come out with Pfeiffer and Driassi, Shea Carey and Joe Brennan. Masters, Brennan Young, DeCristofaro, and Dunford, the penalty-killing unit for Delaware. Off the draw, Jared Pfeiffer will look to carry it out of his own zone. Gets through center, works around Masters, and he's across the blue line. Streaking towards the goal line, throws one out in front, but nobody home in the slot. And now here comes Eric Masters. Potential 2-on-1 with Brennan Young. Battle Creek getting back as Masters throws it into the slot, and that pass was deflected. Alvis will tap it along, and Driassi picks it up for Battle Creek. Down to a minute 45 left in the power play. Driassi walks right into the high slot. Shot, and that goes off the crossbar and into the corner where they'll battle for it. Brennan Young and Pfeiffer. Coming away with it is Shea Carey. He'll hold. He'll play it along to Alvis. Alvis turns, top of the circle. Passes that off to Joe Brennan. Right back to Alvis. One-timer blocked by Eric Masters. And now here comes Brennan Young. Potential 3-on-1 for the Thunder. Young holds, toe drag, shot, and it goes over the crossbar and wide. Gets back to the loose puck, though, does Brenner, and plays it back to DeCristofaro at the blue line. And now the Thunder, still shorthanded, continue to put the pressure on. Young puts his head down as he comes to the bench as Simonetta jumps on for a change. Masters keeps it in at the blue line there and tries to play it in deep. But Shea Carey picks it up for Battle Creek as we're under a minute left on this man advantage.
Gary, the best couple chances have come from Delaware. Driassi had a good shot, but it doesn't even count as a shot on goal as he rung it off the bar.
Simonetta, nice drop pass. Davidson's in all alone on Eisenhower, and he loses the puck on the backhand as he was looking for his second goal of the night. Puck's loose on the sidewall. Luciani, his pass intercepted by Clark, but the play would have been offside. So Jordan has to peel off. Luciani picks up the loose puck. We're down to 20 seconds left on this major penalty. Unless Battle Creek scores in the next 18 seconds, this will be the third major penalty. No, they nearly do on the deflection there by Solis, but another big save by DeMassa Carlson. That's what I get for trying to speak too soon. Cristal bangs it off the back wall. Nobody home, though, as Simonetta looks to beat Gregorich to the puck. And he does, at least momentarily. It's caught up in skates. Gregorich able to fish it out. Municello with a near steal there. Cristal bangs it off the glass, and Luciani's able to play it back to center. But yes, the third time in 2 nights, the Thunder have killed a major penalty. Charlie Penns winds and fires one off the pad of Eisenhower. Rebound shot for Davidson goes wide. Penns at the blue line. He'll throw one towards the net, bouncing puck. goes off the chest of Eisenhower, and he'll cover up.
Taylor Cutting back on the bench here. He goes into the penalty box. He's got to serve, I believe, that other 2 minutes, or he's just getting his helmet out of there. So Cutting will be back in action now after the instigator and the fighting major have been served.
Well, he's got a wrap on that right hand, so you were right. He just needed a little attention. But his services will be back now. Back to 5 aside with 11:18 to go. Now a discussion between Coach Charlie Penn Sr. and the referee. Cutter's got to go to the box.
Yeah, he didn't serve that other 2 for the instigator.
Well, I know they don't serve concurrently, but that major penalty's already been done for some time.
Right. My guess is there's about 1:20 left of that.
That's kind of what I was thinking. We'll see what they put on the board. Or they're just going to leave him in there for a little bit. Well, there's no manpower advantage, so they actually won't put it on the scoreboard. Shot from the blue line. That catches Eisenhower up high, but he's able to juggle, but hold on. 11:10 to go here in the second period. Shorthanded goal for Evgeny Demin has extended the Thunder lead to 3-0.
Yeah, and Eisenhower got handcuffed by that one. The last couple shots he's seen hasn't looked pretty, but he's got it done. 3 goals through the first 1.5 periods of play.
Demin wins the draw. Basie's able to get it deep. Evgeny battling in the corner. Strzok plays it along, and now it's Champlain. 2-on-1 developing for Battle Creek with Wolf. Champlain shot, and that's off the pad of Damasa Carlson. Kalinin with a bump on the near wall, and here comes Evgeny Demin, but he loses the puck at center as Champlain dumps it back in. Alex Basie looks like he'll get to it first, and he does. Plays it across to Dunford. Dunford can't clear, though. Strzok winds and fires, and that goes wide. Along the near wall, will Kalinin get there first? In fact, it's actually Debo that gets there for Battle Creek, but they bang away at the blue line. Here comes Evgeny Demin with Bormanis. Bormanis' pass was behind Evgeny. He tries to hold up Champlain and somehow keeps it in the zone. Bormanis tries to work around Nicoletti. Couldn't do it. And now Wolf across to Strzok as Battle Creek comes out of their own zone. Off the wall, though. Wild pass. Comes right to Kalinin. Here comes Christos Bormanis. 2-on-1 with Demin. Demin leaves it high over the crossbar. But Kalinin gets to the puck in the corner. Now it comes free, but Nicoletti can't get it by Litke. Bryce holds, fires one towards the net, deflected a bit by Bormanis, but right into the catching mitt of Eisenhower for a stoppage of play.
Like that play from Bryce Litke. Get the puck to the front of the net. Got the tip from Bormanis. Unfortunately for him, nothing doing.
That should bring us to the media timeout. Exactly 10 minutes left here in the second period, but I guess they actually have to wait till after 10 minutes are left. So we will get the face-off to the left of Eisenhower. Off the draw, loose on the near wall. Brennan Young battling with Michael Thomas. They whack away at it. It squirts free. Litke will hold it in and just bang it in behind the net. It'll wind around. Brennan and McIntosh to the wall for it. Evans able to play it a little bit further, and now he gets to the loose puck in the corner. Circles back, plays it to the point to Cristofaro. He'll wind and blast one. Then the save is made by Eisenhower. Nearly juggled that one as well with Eric Masters waiting on the doorstep, but he's able to hold on.
Media timeout here. 3-0 game just past the midway part of this game. Battle Creek, like you said, trying to get out of here with a win for something positive on the weekend.
Well, he talked about the struggles of their offense coming into the game Friday night, averaging less than 2 goals a game. They were shut out last night. They've been shut out through the first half of the game here tonight, and they haven't been without good chances. I mean, Aaron Taylor was phenomenal last night. Damasa Carlson has stood on his head a few times tonight.
Yeah, Sebastian Damasa Carlson has been good tonight. I know it'll say it's Battle Creek, but it's been very good.
Don't forget, Thunder fans, you can catch Mikey Basile on the call next week. As the Thunder go back on the road, they'll face these same Battle Creek Rumblebees both Friday and Saturday night. You can listen to the game on Mixlr or find the link at DelawareThunder.com. Both nights, 7 o'clock face-offs, do you remember?
Both nights, 7 o'clock face-offs, yeah.
Easy enough, so you can follow the Thunder whether they're at home or on the road. The Thunder, of course, will be back here at Thunderdome March 14th and 15th against, you guessed it, the Battle Creek Rumblebees. You can get your tickets now at DelawareThunder.com.
Delaware Thunder got to be feeling good here, Gary. Up 3-0 again here. Sebastian Damasa Carlson has to be feeling confident as well. But if you're Battle Creek, you feel like you could be down just 1 tonight.
Oh, easily. Easily could be a 1-0 game. Or you're probably thinking about the missed opportunities. Not only did they have the major power play, they had 2 other man advantages in the first period and struggled to get much going on either of those opportunities. Brennan with a big hit in the corner by Eric Masters, and then he takes down Solis, but the puck gets through Daniel DeCristofaro, and now it's a race between he and Driassi. Holds off Driassi. Now we're going to get a delayed penalty call as well. High stick.
It's going to be on Masters on Solis.
Really? Well, obviously, I'm going to give the official the benefit of the doubt for having a better look at it than I did, but that just looked like a pretty good hit to me, but maybe got the hands up in the face. So that'll send Battle Creek back to the power play, where, again, they've struggled during that 5-minute major penalty. Delaware had 4 good shorthanded chances and were able to cash in on one. I counted 1 decent scoring chance for the Rumblebees in those 5 minutes. We'll see if they can turn it around here. So far, not the case, as Delaware gets it clear nearly immediately. Eisenhower drops it to Solis, but now he has his pocket picked by Evgeny Demon. Demon tries to play it in deep, but it catches a skate of Driassi. Now Solis being harassed by Tony Kalinin. Finally gets it to Joe Brennan, who will get it into the Thunder zone. Walks into the high slot. Now he'll take his spot at the point. Plays it across to Michael Thomas. Down low, right on the doorstep. Save against Luciani, and then Tomasa Carlson. Got the benefit of a quick whistle there because the puck came loose and ended up in the cage. I think Luciani's pleading his case with the referee about not blowing the whistle too early, but no goal.
The net also popped free. I think that was a big part of it going in too, Gary, as once that net came off, there was plenty of room to poke that puck in.
Evgeny Demon will be on the draw with Solis here. Evgeny with the win. Charlie Penn's able to bang it off the wall and all the way down. Eisenhower will paddle that aside to Michael Thomas. Minute 15 left in the man advantage. Thomas waiting for the breakout, and this has been the Achilles heel of the Battle Creek power play. They work it through center here. Driassi with a good pass to Luciani. Luciani right on the tape to Solis, and Tomasa Carlson makes the save. Well, that was a late indication. It looks like it is a good goal. I was waiting for the referee to point. I didn't see him point. He waited a bit to do it. But Solis cashes in on the power play on the backhand, beat Tomasa Carlson 5-hole, and the Rumblebees are on the board.
Well, it's going to come back to bite you after a while, Gary. Too many penalties this period for Delaware, and eventually they get burned.
It's a good setup, too. Driassi with the stretch pass, and then Solis basically 2-on-1 with carry there. Nicely done by Battle Creek to get on the board. 8:26 to go, off the draw. Darius Davidson bangs it into the Battle Creek zone, and Simonetta will chase. He beats Nicoletti to the puck and now turns back. Top of the circle. He waits. Plays it down low for Municello. Thomas works around a defender to get it back to Simonetta. Simonetta will just play it to the point. Dunford steps around Gregorich. Back up top, Simonetta now. He'll fire a shot. That went through skates. Darius Davidson will get to it in the corner. But now he's stripped by Strock. Strock looking to come through the neutral zone with speed, and he does. Across the blue line. Takes a bump from DeCristofaro and loses the puck. Daniel plays it further, but Gregorich intercepts. Now along the near wall, Simonetta will get to it. Backhands it along for Municello. Thomas fumbles the puck trying to get into the zone, and at center, Brian Dunford will settle it down. His pass, though, is intercepted. Strock, big hit on Dunford as he dumps it into the Delaware zone. DeCristofaro gets to the puck, though. He'll play it around to Darius Davidson. Davidson for DeCristofaro, and Nicoletti with a poke check there. Now Municello. His pass intercepted by Strock, and he'll just dump it in as Battle Creek will go chasing again. Wolf going to the corner with DeCristofaro. Puck comes to Alves at the top of the circle. He'll play it across to Bush Anderson. Bush Anderson with a shot, never got through. Pfeiffer in the corner. He loses the puck for a second, but is able to get it in deeper. Taking a bump there was Wolf. Bush Anderson just plays it back in behind the net. Dunford will wind it around. That time it does get out. Municello trying to work around Bush Anderson, gets it to Simonetta. He and Davidson on a 2-on-1. Simonetta with a shot. And again, Eisenhower using his head for the save as the puck's just sitting there, loose down below the goal line. Finally, Cristal plays it, but then he loses it, and now Simonetta has it. He'll spin away from Bush Anderson and into the circle. Now he'll work back into the corner. Kicks it along. Darius Davidson now. Puck on his backhand. Now he turns and waits. Tried to get it back to Clark. Intercepted for a moment there by Wolf, but Jordan's able to play it in. Bush Anderson comes away with it, though. Long stretch pass for Alvis is too far, and that'll be an icing on Battle Creek.
Good chance by Simonetta. Struggling to finish a bit early here. 2 goals on the season. I think could have a handful more. Mark Anthony Simonetta and Gary, this has been the most physical period we've seen between these two teams tonight.
Oh, without question. We talked about it last night in the pregame as to whether Battle Creek was going to bring a more physical tone to the game last night. Maybe a little bit, but today certainly has been part of their MO. Off the draw, Penns gets it to Clark. He fires one well wide off the back wall. Demon throws it into the slot. It's loose there, and Eisenhower covers up.
Eisenhower with a good vision there. It's tough to track the puck once it goes behind the net. He knew he pushed off with that left foot, was able to slide over, cover that right post, so the centering pass was covered.
And the cover helps because the tired line's able to get off the ice. Solis, your goal scorer, is back out for Battle Creek, along with Driassi and Luciani. Brennan and Thomas on the blue line. Anton Kalinin holds at the blue line and plays it into the corner. Bormanis, he'll play it further, looking for Demon. Demon gets a bump from Thomas, but comes away with the puck. Now back to the point. Charlie Penns with a shot. Save Eisenhower. Rebound was loose for a second as Bormanis looked to take a whack at it, but Eisenhower is able to cover up.
And here's Taylor Cutting's first shift since his 7-minute penalty. He's back on the ice. Good to see Cutting back out if you're the Delaware Thunder.
You know, this would be a scenario where typically I would say, I wonder if somebody's going to step up on behalf of Strock for Taylor, but I just don't get a sense that Battle Creek really has fighters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that looks offside.
It's a good chance for Solis, though, as the play remained onside. Now we get a late whistle, as I think we're going to get a slash. As Driassi was going towards the net. Looks like he got a stick across the arm, so Battle Creek's going to go back to the power play.
Oh, Gary, Driassi took the puck off the head, so he was already hunched over. And when Masters knocked the stick out of his hand, he obviously wasn't ready for it.
So Eric will go to the box for the slash. And Battle Creek will look to cut this to a 1-goal game. A power play that had been struggling, finally were able to crack DeMassa with their last man advantage. 5:38 to play here in the second period. Champlain, Carey, Gregorich. On the back end, it's Strock and Nicoletti. Off the draw, it's Gregorich. Plays it away from Simonetta and now holds at the circle. Up top to Nicoletti. Nicoletti fires one in a glove save by DeMassa Carlson. Not enough traffic in front that time. So DeMassa sees it all the way and holds on for the faceoff.
This is a huge power play here, Gary. 1:50 left on it. 3-2 with plenty of time left in the second period could change the whole course of this game.
Well, you know the Thunder coaching staff is going to tell you they've played way too much of this game on the kill. Loose puck slides right to DeMassa. He's able to cover up. We'll get another faceoff. 1:46 to go. Even though the Battle Creek power play has struggled mightily this season, you can't just keep giving teams chance after chance with an extra skater.
Right, you're going to eventually get burned. The 5-minute major you kill off, then you get the minor, and wow, did they take advantage of it.
Side angle shot right along the goal line by Shea Carey. DeMassa Carlson makes the save and no rebound.
That's different. Haven't seen that much this season
right.
or at all. Maybe he saw DeMassa Carlson off the post of it, but when you line up for a slap shot from there, you have time to figure out where you are instead of just putting a quick wrister on.
Off the draw, one back to Nicoletti. He'll fire one, deflected by Champlain, comes loose in the slot, and Gregorich's shot is saved by DeMassa Carlson as well. Can't get the puck out of the zone initially, but Simonetta did a nice job to not panic and just wait, and then was able to play it all the way down. Champlain backhands behind his net. Municello pressuring Strock a bit there, and now Simonetta will join to pressure Champlain, but he's got to be careful. Nearly caught a trip there, but he's able to get the puck away momentarily. Now Nicoletti on the tape to Pfeiffer. Champlain backhands it further on for Gregorich. Gregorich trying to work around Penns, and he can't, but the puck comes to Champlain in the corner, and then he runs into the captain. Still loose as they battle for it. Champlain gets it to Gregorich as Penns takes Champlain down. Strock with a shot. That goes well wide. Rebound attempt by Gregorich is stopped as the net came off again. And Champlain is looking around as to say, no penalty?
I don't know. It looked like actually he was the one who grabbed Charlie Penns and pulled him down.
42 seconds of power play time remaining for Battle Creek, as the faceoff will come to the left of DeMassa Carlson with 4:19 left here in the second period. False start on the faceoff there, so we'll do it again. Brennan Young will take the draw as McIntosh got thrown off the dot. Brenner wins it. DeCristofaro turns, fires it all the way down on a good clear. As once Battle Creek gets going again, there'll be about 30 seconds left on the power play. Eisenhower nearly gave it away. Didn't realize it snuck right through his own crease. Now it's still loose in the corner. Luckily for Battle Creek, Chris Dahl's able to settle it down. Now Bush Anderson's breakout attempt is stolen by Evan McIntosh. He drops it for Brennan Young. Brennan Young tried to work around Bush Anderson, had it poked away from him for a moment, but now he's able to skate it all the way back into the Delaware zone, and they should be able to just kill off the last 10 seconds of this power play as it's banged all the way back down into the Battle Creek zone.
This weekend, Eisenhower's had some trouble going out playing the puck. It's been an adventure for him a couple times. There's another one.
Masters, Young, right in the slot, shot, and it gets deflected wide. Eric Masters, who's out of the box, gets to it, takes a bump there from Bush Anderson, but comes away with the puck. Tried to work around Alvis, and at least gets it back to the point to Basie. Alex will dump it in behind. Evan McIntosh gets to it. He'll play it off the wall to Cristofaro. He'll wind and fire. His shot's deflected, and watch out. Here's the break. Pfeiffer walking in on Demasa Carlson. Shot, and he hits the post. Goaltender's best friends at times. That's twice. Battle Creek is wrung iron in this one. The other way to Cristofaro with a shot. Eisenhower makes the save but can't corral the rebound. Now it's loose behind the net, and it comes to Michael Thomas.
Well, you see one way, back the other way. A couple good chances. Pfeiffer hits the post, back the other way to Cristofaro, robbed by Eisenhower.
Ryan Alvis throws one in front. Pfeiffer couldn't get a stick on it. Now it's loose in the corner. Jarrett will play it there. He backhands one to the point to Thomas. Thomas's pass is deflected by DeCristofaro, but Alvis gets to it. Walks right into the high slot, takes a shot, and it bounces through a couple of bodies, and then Demasa Carlson covers. He gets run into by a member of the Rumblebees. The whistle came. There could be an argument from Battle Creek fans that they thought Demasa Carlson's body might have been across the goal line. But the whistle had already blown, and as he stands up, you see the puck on the blue paint.
It was Wolf in front, digging away. Unfortunately for him, couldn't poke it under the pads of Demasa Carlson, who stands tall in net once again.
2:32 to go. It's 3-1 Delaware. Battle Creek has really kind of turned things on with the benefit of a few power plays here in the last 10 minutes. They were able to break through on the man advantage. Solis beat Demasa Carlson through the 5-hole on a nice setup from Luciani and Ryan Triassi. Off the draw, Darius Davidson gets the win. Charlie Penz will play it around. Municello got it back to center but no further, but then Simonetta is able to steal it. Jordan Clark will play it across to Penz. We're down to 2:15 left here in the second period. Clark shows good patience playing that to Municello. Tommy working around Luciani. Got it to the blue line, but now we get a whistle. Not sure if that was an offside or if that caught a little bit of the netting there just inside the Battle Creek zone, but either way, we get a stop.
I believe the play was brought in offside, and Rodriguez, the linesman, takes another one off the leg this weekend. That's what happens when you're as big as a tree, though. Puck finds you.
Off the draw, Jordan Clark controls. We're down to 2 minutes to play in the second period. Puck comes to Simonetta. His pass is deflected by Triassi. Solis comes away with it in the neutral zone. Across the blue line. Tried to work around Penz. Couldn't do it. Jordan Clark plays it back to center. Brennan nearly lost it. They could have sent Darius Davidson on a break, but instead it's Michael Thomas the other way. He had to wait for one of the Rumblebees to get out of the Thunder zone. Charlie Penz fanned a bit on that clearing attempt. But second opportunity gets it to Darius Davidson off the wall. He'll walk in front of the backhand. Oh, and he hits the post. Might have gotten a piece of the pad of Eisenhower as well, but just didn't get enough air under that puck, did Darius. Man, he's had some great chances here in the second period. The other way, Triassi loses the puck. Jordan Clark plays it back to the red line.
Push back from Delaware since the Battle Creek goal. Eisenhower stood tall in that big collision at the blue line.
Gregorich and Clark come together, and Gregorich goes flying. Charlie Penz gets to the puck. Plays it back to center off the stick of Bormanis. Strock will dump it in. He gets a bump from Bormanis, and then Christers couldn't get a settle on the puck there, and Strock was able to play it back in. As you heard, under a minute to play here in period number 2. Nicoletti has the puck at the red line, plays it across to Gregorich. Gregorich dumps it in, but that dump-in attempt was muted a bit. Back to center, Strock dumps it in again, but a little too early as Battle Creek again has to retreat. Penz gets to it to Kalinin. to lean into Demon. Nicoletti steps up to dump it back into the Delaware zone. Another one that bounces off the linesman. And Battle Creek's Gregorich gets to it in the Rumblebee zone. Nifty move there by Alvis to get through Demon. Now he's across the blue line. Into the circle. Poke it checked by Charlie Penns. And now somebody goes crashing into the net there. That's Gregorich.
Looks like he collided with Damasa Carlson and took the net out. Jordan Clark has a chat with him after the fact. They give a tap.
Clock stops with 12.8 to go. John Champlain seems to be laboring a bit behind the Battle Creek bench. Remember, he and Charlie Penns went down in a heap a little bit earlier in this period.
He also took a shot up high right at the blue line. There was a clear in. It hit him up high.
Alvis and Demon on the draw. Right off the draw, Wolf with a shot goes high and wide. Nicoletti can't keep it in. Christers Bormanis went hard into the wall. He wants to know why there wasn't a call there. And that'll bring us to the end of the second period. Christers feels like he got slashed. The referee's basically telling him either he didn't see it or it didn't happen. One or the other.
Bormanis looks very unhappy. I didn't see it. Did you, Gary?
I didn't either. I just honestly, I heard him go hard into the wall. I just thought he took a run and missed, to be perfectly honest. But again, I was more following the puck as well. So they'll get Christers to the locker room, and as well as the Battle Creek bench starting to clear out as well. We're through 40 minutes of hockey. Each team puts one on the board here in the second period. Evgeny Demon shorthanded for Delaware. And then on the power play, Stavros Solis, who remember missed the game last night, he gets Battle Creek on the board. So we're right where we were at the start of this frame. 2-goal lead for the Delaware Thunder. We'll take a moment and thank our fine sponsors. We'll come back, give you a scoring recap of period number 2. We'll also look forward to some other action around the FHL, which will be getting underway here tonight. One of utmost importance to Delaware Thunder fans, as well as this playoff push has become more of a reality and has really begun in a wholehearted way. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Now it's time to thank our great sponsors. Again, our score after 2 periods of play, Delaware 3 and Battle Creek 1.
Delaware Thunder Hockey is brought to you in part by Betsy Ross Pizza, Brimming Horn Meadery, Duck Creek Printing, Gatehouse Media, M&T Bank, Easy Loans Incorporated, The Barn, Harrington Insurance, Big Oyster Brewery, 47 ABC, Delaware Prep Ice Hockey, Bridal Bit Liquors, Charlie's Painting, American Hockey Services, Forever Media, Applebee's Grill and Bar, Robert Webster Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, Delmarva Chiropractic and Wellness Center, First Aid Fabrication, Pizza King, Post-Acute Medical, Premier Orthopedic Bone and Joint Care, Holiday Inn Express, the Delaware State Lottery, Planet Fitness, Mission Barbecue, THG Transport Incorporated, the YMCA of Dover, CrossFit Dover, Texas Roadhouse, Urco Ceilings and Interiors, Chick-fil-A, MD Mechanical, Fine Line Website and IT Consulting, Super 8, Alpha Care Medical, and Bay Health. We'll be back with the next period's action coming up. You're watching Delaware Thunder Hockey on YouTube. For Mike Basile, I'm Gary Schofield. We'll be back to the action momentarily.
welcome you back inside the Center Ice Arena in Harrington as we get set for third period action between the Battle Creek Rumblebees and the Delaware Thunder. Our score after 2 periods of play, the Thunder 3 and the Rumblebees 1. In that second period, Evgeny Demon lit the lamp, his 9th of the season, shorthanded. He's now the points leader for this Delaware Thunder team. He's got 11 points on the weekend, a goal and 10 assists. And then Stavros Solis, who was not in the lineup last night, he netted his 10th of the season on the power play to pull Battle Creek within 2. Another FHL action this afternoon after 1 period of play. The Danbury Hat Tricks are tied with the Columbus River Dragons, who set an FHL attendance record last night with 5,027 in attendance there in Columbus on the fairgrounds. So congratulations to them. And then coming up at 5:05 today, big game for Thunder fans. The Menor Icebreakers, a team that Delaware comes into today trailing by 14 points for that 4th place spot in the East. They are at Danville to take on the Dashers tonight at 5:05.
Wow, that's going to be a big one here. Danville's a team that's usually very, very solid, especially up front. If they could get the legs going, put a couple in early, I think Menor will be in for a long night. That Danville team is very dangerous in the West. That Western Division, since Columbus has been playing as good as they have been, that's a scary division to be a part of.
Well, especially when, think about it, when we got to the end of November, it kind of looked like it was Carolina and everybody else, right? And that's not to take anything away from the Thunderbirds, because I think they're still one of the best 2, if not 3 teams in the league. But you're right. Everyone in the West, aside from Battle Creek, obviously, has at times gone on runs, and they could beat anybody on any given night.
Yeah, I agree. And that Western Division, think about that playoff. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Carolina, Columbus, Danville, Port Huron.
Woo.
Who knows?
Right.
Who knows, honestly, who's going to come out of the West this year?
That's going to be fun. And, you know, I will say this as well. For those that are complaining about, 8 of the 10 teams are going to get to the postseason here in the FHL this year, think about it. Even if we just play devil's advocate here in the East, let's say Delaware does overtake Menor and takes the 4th spot in the East, and if Danbury holds on to their lead over Elmira, anyone that's watched the Danbury-Delaware series throughout the season this year, tell me that wouldn't be a fun 3-game set.
Exactly. 2 physical teams, 2 big teams. I think, honestly, throughout this season, Delaware, I know they haven't won much against Danbury, but you can't tell me they don't match up against them as one of the top teams in the league when they play them.
You get no argument from me on that. So we're about to get underway here in the 3rd period. Now, Battle Creek really kind of stole the momentum away towards the end of the 2nd period. Obviously, getting one on the board helps, but they really kind of controlled the play for a bit there. Mikey, how do they keep that going here in the 3rd period?
Well, I say you got to chip in, chip pucks deep, and go to work. It's simple as that. I know it's a basic hockey terminology, but it's what they got to do. They got to win the battles in the corner. They haven't won those throughout this weekend. If they could change things up for 20 minutes, they could come out on top.
Well, Delaware comes out with their top line, Simonetta Municello and Darius Davidson, because they know that if they can pot one early here, maybe it pulls all the wind out of the sails of this Rumblebees squad. Shot from Pfeiffer, that's patted aside by Damasa Carlson. Simonetta comes away with the loose puck there along the wall. Davidson right on the tape to Municello. Tommy walks in, gets poked by Brennan there. Puck comes loose in the corner. Davidson lets it go. I think he thought Simonetta was behind him. Instead, it came to Ryan Alvis. Now Wolf plays it back to Brennan. Dangerous to throw it back towards your own net like that. The Battle Creek comes away with it unscathed. Wolf again will backhand it towards his own zone. Finds Michael Thomas. Now Penns will bang one into the zone, but Simonetta's there. Oh, didn't get much on that backhand attempt. And Thomas is able to steer it away, but he had Davidson streaking. Now here comes Battle Creek the other way. Shot on by Luciani. Is sticked aside by Damasa Carlson. Now the puck's loose at the circle. Goal scorer Solis throws it right into the slot, and it rolls right off the pad of Damasa Carlson, and it'll be cleared all the way down right on Eisenhower. So no icing, and he'll have to cover up for a faceoff.
Well, it looks like the Battle Creek Rumblebees will be without Champlain this period. He was just standing by the penalty box door. My apologies, the Zamboni door with Dr. Krill Alexiev of the Delaware Thunder medical team. Didn't look like he had his helmet on, his gloves, or anything. Looks like he might have to sit out the rest of this one, which is a big loss for the Creek Rumblebees.
Yeah, we mentioned that he was standing behind the bench towards the end of the 2nd period, favoring, it looked like, something in his back. I don't want to speculate. I hate doing that on injuries, but we'll see if he comes back to the bench, and we'll let you know. Puck in front, Christers Bormanis plays it behind Anton Kalinin, who's had a huge weekend for Delaware. Jordan Clark plays it across, but Basie has to play it outside of the zone. So Delaware's going to have to vacate, but then Jordan loses the handle. Driassi plays it across to Luciani. He just golfs one in behind the net. And Alex Basie will get to it as Battle Creek makes a partial line change. Now a giveaway. Gregorich, but now he has it poke checked away by Basie. Back at center, it's Strock. Strock just plays it off the wall. Jordan Clark is there. Fumbled it for a second, and it gets pulled down from behind by Gregorich, who then barrels into Damasa Carlson. I don't know how you don't get a call there on Gregorich for interference.
Jordan Clark ragdolls him out of the net. How long is he going to sit in there with Sebastian Damasa Carlson down as well? That's the third time tonight Damasa Carlson's been ran into.
Well, aside from the fact that, Gregorich grabbed Clark from the shoulders and drug him down. That's a penalty. No two ways about it.
Face-off will come out of the zone. That looks like all the Thunder will get.
McIntosh will take that draw as Gregorich stays out with Debo the fourth. And looks like Carey on the other side. Puck's loose just outside of the blue line. Dunford got to it. Was able to play it just to the other side of the red line. And now Carey gets it back to Strock. Gregorich holds. Was waiting for some reinforcements. That's off the stick of Debo the fourth. McIntosh is able to get it back to center for Delaware. He'll retreat a bit. Plays it behind for Bryce Litke. It's Mack, Taylor Cutting, and Brennan Young out for Delaware. Dunford, cross-ice feed for McIntosh. He takes it in stride. They're into the Battle Creek zone. Cross-ice pass. Dunford with a shot, and that goes wide. Carey grabs the rebound. He'll play it off the back wall for Nicoletti. 17:25 to go in the third. It's 3-1 Delaware.
And Brennan Young, if he turned around, opened himself up, the pass from Dunford could have been right on his tape. Just that's what happens when you have line switching.
Carey now walks right in front and loses the puck as it goes wide into the corner. And again, Damasa Carlson takes a bump as the net goes off its moorings, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah, it looked like that time it was friendly fire.
Yeah.
Bryce Litke bumped him on the way through.
So the faceoff will come to Sebastian's left. Battle Creek sends their top scorer, Alvis, out with Wolf and Pfeiffer. Joe Brennan and Thomas, the defense. Top line back out for Delaware. Simonetta, Municello, Davidson, Pens, and DeCristofaro on D. Wolf jumped a little early here. Off the draw. Puck comes behind the net. Daniel DeCristofaro. Wolf goes down through the crease. Looking for a call, doesn't get one. Pass from Simonetta. Davidson from a tough angle. That one goes wide. DeCristofaro can't keep it in. Now he's in a race with Wolf, but he gets there first. Plays across for Pens. Pens' pass to Simonetta was behind him. Joe Brennan takes it for the Rumblebees. Now he gets it ahead. Wolf with a shot and a nice glove save from Damasa Carlson. As Pens gave Wolf a little bit of a bump and was kind of shaking his glove. I think Charlie thought Wolf might want to take a little dance there.
Pence does not forget things easily. He remembers what happened to Evan McIntosh yesterday. Wolf wants nothing to do with Charlie
you can
Pence.
see Charlie eyeing him up as well as they'll move the faceoff to the other circle here. Charlie still kind of staring Wolf down over top of Pfeiffer off the draw. Puck's in Pfeiffer's pants. Finally comes down, and DeCristofaro gets it. Municello will look to work it out of the zone. Bangs it off the wall. Brennan stops it just on the other side of the blue line. Avoids a hit from Simonetta, but Municello plays it into the Battle Creek zone. Alvis lost it. Davidson comes away with it in the corner. Now it's lost in his skates. And Wolf's able to knife it ahead. Nice play by Basie to get to the loose puck, or that would have been a 2-on-1 for the Rumblebees.
Yeah, Alex Basie, good step up to make the play there. And if he gets beat too, that would
have been a 2-on-none.
Yes.
It just goes to show you how good I was at math, and that's why I'm doing this job.
Yes.
Down low, Joe Brennan gets his pocket picked from Bormanis, but Christers didn't realize he kicked the puck free, and Solis is able to get to it. But he plays it blindly into the corner, and Simonetta's there. Mark Anthony holds, and now he gets poked by Solis. Stavros had a chance to hit Luciani, but didn't let it go. Drop past Driassi with a shot and a good glove save by Damasa Carlson. Not sure if that would have actually been on net, but man, Driassi, you've said nothing but good things about him all weekend, and he shows a really good snapshot right there.
Yeah, Damasa Carlson gives him the old how do you do as well as he snaps the glove up over his shoulder after he makes the save.
Solis on the draw with Demon. Puck loose in the circle. Evgeny gets to it. Tries to streak away from Driassi. He's able to play it along to Anton Kalinin. He lets them skate by, and now he'll try to pick up speed through center. Dumps it into the corner, and he'll chase. Looks to beat Bush Anderson to the puck, and he does. Can't get it away from Solis, however. They fight for it in the corner. Pinching in from the D spot is Dunford. He plays it around behind. Kalinin couldn't work around Cristal, but the puck comes free again. Now he gets into the circle, right into the slot. Good defense there by Luciani to break it free, but now here comes Bormanis with the puck. He'll play it back to Dunford. He takes a shot. Rebound in front. Demon couldn't get it back to the backhand, and it comes loose into the corner. Kalinin slow to get up in front as he got tangled with Bush Anderson, and now the puck free into the Delaware zone as Solis goes streaking after it. He'll go into the corner, takes a big boom from Bryce Litke. I don't think Solis liked the elbow coming up on him, but no call there. Bormanis has the puck at the neutral zone. Across to Kalinin. Tony holds, tried to throw one in front. It went off the skate to Strzok. Now back to the point. Bryce Litke, high slot, winds and fires. Pad stop, rebound, and another save by Eisenhower with the pad. Now behind the net, it's Bormanis as he throws it through the slot. Kalinin drops it for Pens. Charlie waits for traffic and then sends it high over the crossbar.
Wow, that was a huge save by Eisenhower. Sorry to cut you off, Gary. He was well out of the crease, and he found a way to make the save, pushing back.
Not once, but twice, and then Kalinin sends one high and wide, and Bryce Litke has to backpedal. Anton picks it up at the red line, and he'll skate back into the Battle Creek zone. High slot, works right in front, backhand, and he scores! Anton Kalinin, one-handed, got that puck on his backhand and beat Eisenhower to make it 4-1.
How pretty was that from Anton Kalinin? Works by the defense, gets to the backhand, just one hand on the stick. Shades of Peter Forsberg.
That was just such a phenomenal effort by Kalinin. He's now scored in each game this weekend. Of course, 6 on Friday night. He scored last night and once tonight. That's 8 total. That gives him 23 on the year. After the score, McIntosh wins the faceoff back to Pens. Now Daniel DeCristofaro back to McIntosh as the Delaware look to keep the pressure on. McIntosh plays it back to the point. Pens keeps it in. Just plays it back around behind. Was looking for Masters, but it went a bit too far. And now Brennan looks to break out for Battle Creek. Through center, DeCristofaro picks up the loose puck. He'll skate away from Carey. Stretch pass right through the legs of Masters. Looks like we'll get an icing here, and we do. 13:41 to go.
Well, that one for Delaware. They hope they put this game away. 3 goals in period number 3. Battle Creek would need just to tie this one up. Gary, that's as many goals as they have all weekend.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you're saying to yourself, this one's in hand, but I like the way that the McIntosh Masters cutting line put the pressure on right away after that faceoff. Brennan Young, I should say, on the line now with Masters and McIntosh. Through center, Brennan Young drops it for McIntosh. Quick shot. That's off the blocker of Eisenhower and goes to the corner. Back to the point, it's DeCristofaro. He tries to spin around Pfeiffer. Somehow he does, and the puck comes free there at the near wall. Pfeiffer now through center and all the way down. This should be icing, and it is, as Pens beat Alvis to the hash mark.
Charlie doesn't need to move much. He's got some nice long strides. Pens easily gets back and wins the race with 13:17 to go in a 3-goal hockey game.
So this faceoff will come back to the left of Joel Eisenhower. McIntosh stays out with Young and Masters. Basie and Clark on the blue line. Of course, Battle Creek's got to keep the same 5 out after the icing. Ryan Alvis wins the draw and now has the puck behind his own net. Tried to work around Brennan Young. Now he gets stopped by Eric Masters, and now he'll play it around. And Bush Anderson loses the puck, though. McIntosh got it into the skates of Brennan Young, and now Pfeiffer on a second opportunity gets it back to center. Bush Anderson fumbled it along the wall, and Alex Basie's able to play it back into the Battle Creek zone.
Gary, you talk about a team that struggled to score only one time this season. Battle Creek's had 3 or more. My apologies, more than 3 goals, I should say, in a game.
Alvis in front. Pfeiffer tried to get a shot off, but he was marked nicely by Jordan Clark, who was able to clear it back to center. Nicoletti's got to regroup. Strzok will hold at the Battle Creek blue line. Gets it to Alvis. Alvis has not scored a point. Of course, he was suspended Friday night after an incident on the Wednesday night loss against Port Huron. And then last night, the Rumblebees were shut out by Aaron Taylor, first shutout in Delaware Thunder history. And he's yet to find a point here tonight. Municello back to the point. Jordan Clark holds, fires one. Oh, it'll hit the post. A little early reaction from the goal judge there. Eisenhower got just enough of that shot from Jordan Clark. It kicked off the post and wide. Simonetta gets to the puck. The defender goes down. Oh, and a crossbar hit by Simonetta just over the shoulder of Eisenhower. Now Driassi on the stick of Solis, who tries to work around Clark. Oh, that's Litke giving the business to Solis in the corner. Good work there. And the puck comes free. Now Municello and Thomas go to the wall together. Now Litke gives a shot to Solis from behind, and now Bryce is going to get called. I think they're going to send them both off, and now Litke gives him a poke with the stick in the skates.
Not seeing that often at all from Bryce Litke. He's going to go for a rough.
I think they're going to send Solis off, too. No, he's just going to the bench. He just took a meandering angle there. So Battle Creek will go to the power play. I don't think Solis he thought Litke came in a little high on the hit in the corner, and I think gave Bryce a little bit of a stick there. But you're right, Bryce is kind of a mild-mannered guy from what we've seen on the ice. But he certainly wasn't going to take that and wanted to get some back from Solis, but Stavros wanted no part of it.
And Pence gives Wolf a shot on the way by. Wolf wants no part of that.
I was going to say, I don't think Charlie's going to be satisfied until he gets Jakob to drop the gloves tonight. Clearing attempt there for Dunford gets all the way down. Minute 50 to go in the power play. Battle Creek did score a power play goal in the second period. It's their only goal of the game. Solis was the goal scorer, his 10th of the year. Alvis works into the Delaware zone, but then loses the puck. Evgeny Demin just lofts it, or tried to loft it into center ice. I think that's the first time we've seen that cross string get hit that helps hold up the netting around the glass this season.
That's actually for figure skating, Gary.
Is it?
It's so they can jump and have a harness around them.
Oh, okay. See that? You learn something new every day here in Thunderdome.
Doesn't help us out.
No. You couldn't get me in a harness if you paid me. Wolf on the draw with Demon. I know, that's a story for another time. Off the draw, Pence works it free in the corner. Side angle shot. Pfeiffer shouldered down by Damasa. Now Evgeny Demon plays it ahead for Anton Kalinin. Tries to work around Thomas. He does. A shot and a save, Eisenhower. And it's patted into the corner. Now Battle Creek will come back the other way. Alvis ahead for Wolf across the blue line. Drops it to Pfeiffer as Battle Creek will look to get set up. Joe Brennan plays it down low to Alvis behind the net. Wolf missed the pass, but is able to get it back to Alvis now behind the net. Pressured by Pens. Wolf back to the point to Brennan. Brennan fakes the shot, but again, no traffic in front. Now a little bit of movement, but that's an easy save for Damasa. He'll make that save 10 out of 10, as Alvis didn't get a whole lot on that shot either.
No problem. 53 seconds left to the power play. And, Gary, we see it a little bit again. The shorthanded chance is given up by this Battle Creek Rumble Bees team is also a real problem. They've given up more shorthanded goals this weekend than scored on the power play.
Yeah, and it's not for lack of chances. They've had a ton of power play opportunities, including 3 major power plays, and they weren't able to score on any of those 3 major power plays. And now we get a whistle hand pass against Gregorich, so we'll just reset and do the face-off again.
Yeah, we should come out of the zone, though, for this face-off.
That's the discussion, and you're absolutely right, Mikey, so they'll bring it back just outside of the Delaware blue line.
Are they going to get Gregorich for delay of the game here? Did they say he covered the puck up?
That's a good question. I think that's what the discussion is now. Yep, that's what they're doing. They're sending Gregorich to the box. So that'll negate the Battle Creek power play. And in 50 seconds, the Thunder will have 1:10 of power play time. So now the faceoff will come all the way back into the Battle Creek end.
So, Gary, it looks like it'll be a long trip home for this Battle Creek team after being swept. Champlain's back on the bench now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good sign for Battle Creek. He hasn't been on the ice yet here in this third period. Off the draw, Solis was able to skate it out of his zone momentarily, and now a wipeout. Simonetta walks in, his shot, and a right pad save made by Eisenhower. As Cristal, I think he's hurt after he wiped out there. He comes to the bench. Strock replaces him. Now Solis goes down, and they're going to call Municello for a trip. Wow.
Oh, Municello's not happy.
That's a terrible call. It's a terrible call. Municello's engaged with another player. Solis bumped into them and lost his edge. It's just not a good call.
And the referee is not happy, but I agree with you, Gary. That's one that you let go.
Yep. So now Battle Creek will go back to the power play, right? 4-on-3 for 29 seconds. Then Litke gets to leave the box. We'll go back to 4-on-4 for what will be about 1:11. And then Battle Creek will end up with like a 21-second power play.
Oof, I can't believe that.
Nah, it's not. It wasn't a good call. Pinned against the wall. Oh, man, Aaron Taylor. I think he took that one right off the noggin. I got post-traumatic stress from last night. I thought that was coming up here. He didn't quite get high enough. See, Aaron feels our pain now from last night.
He looked right up here. He knew we'd be looking
Yep.
down at him.
He seems no worse for wear, though, which is a good sign. Oh, right in front. Strock with a shot. That goes high over the crossbar. Penn's lost his stick. Strock gets to the loose puck. Plays it across. Solis walks into the circle, steps around Dunford, but he'll have to go all the way behind the net. Plays it back to the point. Strock. Waiting. Shot deflected by Pens and out of the zone. Charlie throws his hands in the air like, that's all you got? And now we've got Demasa Carlson kicks the net off the moorings. He's having a conversation with the referee as we get a stoppage of play with 9:34 to go.
It looked like he was trying to fix it. Buck was all the way out of the zone. He had some time, but they blew it dead. Bryce Lickey out of the box after the first time we've really seen him lose his cool this year.
Absolutely.
Like you said, usually pretty well-mannered.
Yeah, even-keeled guy, just a solid, steady blue liner for this team. So we're back to 4-on-4. We'll play 4 aside for 1:07, and then it'll be 20 seconds of power play time for Battle Creek after that. Michael Thomas has the puck at center. He plays it to Alvis. Alvis pressured by McIntosh, but he's able to get it to Joe Brennan. Joe Brennan will peel back. Harassed a bit by Davidson, but patience pays off as he comes free into the Delaware zone. Tried to work around Pence. Down he goes in there to call Charlie Pence for a trip. So now Charlie's going to the box. I mean, Brennan... I'm not going to pick on the official. I promise.
I mean, if you step on the guy's stick, it's not a penalty if
Well,
you're
right.
skating through, and that just seems to be another one that can't go Delaware's way.
So back to the 4-on-3 power play for 44 seconds. Then it'll be a 5-on-3. Puck loose behind the net to Cristofaro, battling with Alvis for it. He gets it. He's able to fire it all the way down on Eisenhower. He'll paddle it down. Hands it off to Michael Thomas. Now, the last 5 minutes or so is an example of what the Thunder can't do when they get into, games against teams, like Menor, like Elmira, when they're going to play Danbury late in the season. You can't just keep taking trips to the box. Again, I don't like the calls, but the calls get made. Sometimes there's not a lot you can do, but now we get a whistle as the net comes off again.
Demasa Carlson's up in arms, but who is he to be mad at is my question.
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. I don't know if he feels like he got bumped with somebody coming through the crease. I really was watching the puck more than I was watching him when the net came off there. So there's a lot of consternation around the moorings. You understand that throughout the year.
My only guess is that he's mad that they didn't put him in well, but it's not even the refs putting them in, so can't be upset with them.
Draw back to center. We're going to be on a 5-on-3 now as Gregorich comes out of the box. 5-on-3 for just 13 seconds. And then there'll be another, minute and 3 of regular power play time for the Rumblebees. Pfeiffer, drop pass for Alvis. Alvis down low for Pfeiffer. He walks around behind the net. Now back at the circle, throws one in front. Off the paddle of Demasa Carlson. The rebound attempt by Brennan was saved as well. And now a dump pass intercepted by DeCristofaro. Back to center as Alvis strips it from Demon and comes back the other way. Right into the high slot. Now he walks back to the point as he tries to set things up. Gregorich is seated right in front of Demasa, just begging for Alvis to shoot that puck. Ryan didn't. Now Gregorich goes back to the corner. Now Kalinin steals the pass. Anton was trying to find Demon. That's a good skate save by Ryan Alvis to negate the shorthanded chance for Delaware. Pass back by Pfeiffer. Nobody home at the point. And Bush Anderson will pick it up. 15 seconds left on the power play. 7:21 to go in the third.
It's a frustrated Ryan Alvis as he went to the bench not happy at all with this power play. Pfeiffer as well just slammed his stick, broke it over the boards. Battle Creek's frustration boiling over now.
Well, it's understandable. I mean, it's been a long, hard year for the boys in black and yellow. And they've had multiple opportunities really all weekend long to be in all of these games. Well, Friday night notwithstanding, because the offensive onslaught was what it was. But they just have not been able to get anything sustained when it comes to the power play.
right? And they had so many chances this weekend. 4-on-3 there, 5-on-3, 5-minute majors, just haven't been able to take advantage.
Well, and not even just not scoring, but not even getting shots on net, like not even being in a position to where you can generate a good scoring chance. It's I can understand their frustration.
And Gary, giving up goals too, giving up shorthanded goals. You can't do that. You just lose all your momentum and positivity going into the power play. And on to your next one, what are you thinking?
Delaware defending the neutral zone pretty hard here as we're down to 6:15 to go. Thunder lead by 3. Puck comes around, gets through Taylor Cutting, and goes all the way down. This should be an icing, and it is. 6:09 left to play.
That's going to be our media timeout here. That puck was on edge as it rolled through. And remind you,
I don't think
we
you
have
can because of the icing, right?
Oh, no, you're right. Yes, no media timeout now with the icing. They have to play.
I would say the goal at this point would be to finish this period without a media timeout.
Yeah.
6 minutes and 9 seconds of nonstop hockey.
Can we do it?
Well, that would mean no goals scored by the Thunder either, so you might want to give the home fans a little bit more to cheer about tonight. Gregorich and McIntosh on the dot to the right of Damasa Carlson. Puck goes behind the net. Dunford will get to it. You know, the other side of the coin, you could say, do you think Damasa can go 6 minutes without kicking the net off?
Wow.
Gregorich with a big hit along the far wall there by Eric Masters. He's able to play it into the corner. Cutting and Joe Brennan come together. Puck just eludes Eric Masters' stick. Here comes Gregorich the other way. Gregorich, backhand pass. Nobody home in the slot there. Masters is able to kick it to the corner. But now Gregorich comes away with it. His shot as he turns went off the stick of Jordan Clark and right into his chest. Evan McIntosh hands it off to Jordan Clark. His Thunder will be in no particular hurry. Look to clear out. Taylor Cutting. Nice pass on to Alex Basie. And he'll dump into the Battle Creek zone. Takes a wild carom. Luckily for Battle Creek, Michael Thomas was right there waiting. Big hit on Pfeiffer there by Taylor Cutting. Jarrett's going to be slow to get up. And he'll go right to the bench. He's holding his shoulder.
Yeah, he was turned around as the hit came. It wasn't look like he was ready for it. It was a clean hit, though, from Taylor Cutting.
Sure was. Alvis tried to hit Solis in the slot, but the pass was behind him. And then Rumblebees bump at the blue line, and the puck comes back to center. Cutter plays it to the red line. That's where Darius Davidson will pick it up. He lost the handle as Wolf gets it to Thomas. Alvis again, his pass a bit too far for Solis. Battle Creek will go for a partial change as Solis goes to the bench. Luciani takes his place. Bryce Litke reverses it around, but Davidson had already vacated the zone. So Joe Brennan was able to pinch in and play it in deep. Litke will get to it first, though. Shuffles it along. Good keep at the blue line by Michael Thomas. He walks into the circle, gets it right out in front. Poke checked away there by Damasa Carlson, and now it's loose along the far wall. Wolf tried to bat that one out of the air. The net comes off its moorings again.
Yeah, Sebastian Damasa Carlson not happy. The ref threw his hand up. I think that should still be the media timeout. I don't think there's any say that this shouldn't be the media timeout.
I agree.
Well, it looks like the ref said no to the media timeout.
He's gonna keep it going?
It's like an icing almost, he says there.
Oh, okay. Face off one back to Bush Anderson. Nicoletti with a shot from the blue line. That goes high and wide. Luciani will get to it. Throws it into the slot. Driassi fans on the one-time attempt, and now Darius Davidson will play it out to Thomas Municello. Tried to play a little give and go, did Mooch. Davidson was slightly late to get there. Now it's loose in the corner. Municello, he gets hauled down. No call there, though. You know Thomas isn't going to be happy about that. Puck comes loose at the blue line, kept in by Simonetta. Simonetta now, puck's in skates. Got it back on the forehand. Spins away from Solis. Now he'll spin back towards the corner. Deflected there by Bush Anderson, and Solis will play it ahead. Through the skates of Driassi, Bush Anderson picks it up, though, into the Delaware zone. Trying to settle the puck, and he takes a huge hit from Daniel DeCristofaro that put him right on his backside.
Where did that come from Cristo?
Caught Bush Anderson on his heels a bit there. Now here comes Kalina and Municello, 2-on-1. Thomas had the puck bounce off his forehand. Plays it back to the blue line. Demon has it there. Throws it in front. Eisenhower makes the save. Kalina now plays it along the near wall. Demon gets to it, trying to get it around Gregorich, and they battle for it. It squirts free for Driassi. Luciani nearly takes out the linesman. Quick reflexes there. Gregorich falls down, and Pens Pushes him down the rest of the way. And the referee say, what do you want? You fell down. Kalinin to Demon. Demon to Bormanis. Christers walks it into the high slot. Takes a shot, and it goes wide. Now in front, Debo the fourth has it, and we get a whistle. Looks like maybe the net came dislodged on this end.
Yeah, first time for everything, Gary.
Right.
Gregorich still not happy going over to the bench. Wanted to call there on Pens, but like you said, Gary, I don't know what you want from there.
Well, that's my question. What exactly do you want called? Like, you went down, and he pushed you down to the ice. You want a roughing call there? Like, you were playing the puck at the time when you fell.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Kalinin spins away from Strzok. Tried to bang it off the back of the net. Retains possession, however. Then a bouncing puck goes over the stick of Bormanis. Good bump there from Michael Thomas, but Christers gets to it. Jordan Clark at the blue line. He'll wind and fire. I think Pfeiffer got a piece of that, sent it over the crossbar. Demon gets to the loose puck. Now we're going to get a penalty.
Oh, no way.
A call for interference on Kalinin? Wow. In a 3-goal game with 2:15 left, surprised we're getting that call. But I guess the official figures, you know what, I'm working. I get all I can out of this. So the Rumblebees will go back to the power play. I mean, there was a slight bump there from Anton, but would you call that a pick?
No, you let that go all the time, and especially a 3-goal game, 2:15 to play, you never see that. It's just...
You know what? I think I'd probably be more angry if it were a 1-goal game and you made that call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't think you make that call in a 1-goal game.
You shouldn't. Strzok backhands it into the Delaware zone, but Basie's waiting there. He'll just play it back to Pens as Delaware doesn't mind just killing some time. Charlie's going to bang it into the neutral zone. Christers Bormanis ahead to Demon. We're under 2 minutes to go. Demon to Bormanis. Bormanis, his shot is deflected by Thomas, and it goes to the far wall. Evgeny gets it back to center to Basie, and he'll just bang it in back behind Eisenhower. Down to 1:25 in the power play, 1:40 in the game. Delaware leading 4-1.
Yeah, Delaware going to come away with another win. 3 straight for the Thunder, and they'll head to Battle Creek for a couple more next weekend. Finish the long trip in Menor.
Simonetta streaking into the Battle Creek zone. Tries to work through Brennan. He does. Got it to the backhand, but then couldn't get a shot off. As he goes to the corner with Strzok, Battle Creek comes away with the puck. Joe Brennan will carry it into the Delaware zone. Drop pass for Driassi. Driassi shot, not much mustard on it, and Basie's able to clear it all the way back down. Minute 5 left here in the third. We're about to get the announcement of the last minute of play of the third period from Tom Schultz, and then the celebrations will start to begin here at Thunderdome. 40 seconds of that minute will be played shorthanded for Delaware. That is, unless Battle Creek dents the twine here. Bush Anderson pushes one along. Now Solis walks right into the slot. Quick shot, and Domestic Carlson got the waffle board on that. That's an old-time term, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bouncing puck. Domestic Carlson, a good job to keep that out in front and to cover it up. 35.8 seconds to go.
Delaware looking to kill this final penalty of the night. 21 seconds left of it. 14 seconds of 5-on-5 if they get the kill. Delaware, for the first time in franchise history, 3 in a row on home ice.
Trying to see if I can get you a score update as Menor and Danville are underway. Actually, they haven't quite faced off just yet. Remember, they had a delay in the game Friday night for Menor. They may just not be online just yet. 29.9 seconds to go as we get another whistle. Solis on the faceoff with McIntosh. Driassi plays it back to Bush Anderson. Driassi will walk in. He'll fire a shot. That's blocked by Jordan Clark. And now Brennan just backhands it into the corner. Under 20 seconds to play now. Brennan fakes the shot, gets it to Solis. Out of the box comes Kalinin. We're back to 5-a-side hockey. Right in the circle, Driassi with a shot, and that goes wide. 5 seconds to go as the puck trickles back to center. Anton Kalinin going to see if he can put the exclamation point on the weekend. Goes to the backhand, and then we're going to get a penalty call as well as time expires. Kind of fitting for the third period that we had today.
Anton wanted a penalty shot. He's laughing with the referee here. He says, why not?
And I think the referee's explaining to him, no penalty shot. Well, actually, you know, I almost had him convinced. As he kind of nodded his head to the side like, yeah, maybe. But the fact that the time has expired and it's a 3-goal victory for the Delaware Thunder, no need to throw salt in the wound. Little surprised that maybe, actually I shouldn't say I'm surprised. but that we didn't see maybe a little more physicality, extracurricular activity there in that third period.
Right, yeah, I thought they would have. It seemed like there was some frustration in Battle Creek. They found a way to harness it. I thought they played a pretty good third period, the Rumblebees.
I thought so too. Only one goal was scored. It was scored by the Thunder. Final score tonight, Delaware 4, Battle Creek 1. As Mikey mentioned, the Thunder back on the road. They'll look to extend this winning streak next Friday and Saturday in Battle Creek, and then Sunday in Mentor. All the games you'll be able to hear at Mixlr.com. You can find the link right on our website at DelawareThunder.com. They're getting ready to announce the 3 stars tonight. Tom Schultz will do that. So on behalf of the entire crew here that bring you Delaware Thunder hockey every week, Sue and everyone behind the scenes, he's Mikey Basile. I'm Gary Schofield. Thanks for watching. Final score once again from Thunderdome. The Thunder 4, the Battle Creek Rumblebees 1.